full pride right there. As there won't be any magic from the side of Blacklist because we have anti-mages. That's what he said. That's what KB said, Professor KB. Remember, this guy, he predicted the entirety of FPL Indonesia, right? He got, okay, the predictions here in the international tournament. Team like me isn't really good right now. I mean, it's still sitting at a 0% here in day 2, but let us see, guys. No more talking. Everyone is waiting for this match. We will not bore you guys right here. We're just gonna get straight into game number 1. This is the draft brought to you by our official telco tournament partner, Smart. Right now, Arashi, Bonchan takes on Zace in the drafting.
Yep. And the Evos versus
the acclaimed drafters. So we have to
Evos
see
versus Blacklist.
Are we gonna see something new? We might. You're absolutely right. But Evos will just ban away Eve for the side of Blacklist because again, one of Venus's most comfortable heroes. And remember, whenever you leave the Matilda, the Aldous open, the Estes or Rafaela, whenever you leave any hero open, at this point, what you need to do against Blacklist is ban Venus. You don't ban his heroes, you ban Venus. Don't let him play. Alright? Go to the Philippines, punch him or something, and don't let him play. Because his hero pool, not just his hero pool, Esau. We saw him get target banned yesterday, and he picked up the glue.
Yeah.
We saw there's so many crazy picks that can come from this Blacklist composition, and I'm just so excited to see what they'll show off in this game.
Yes, and we have a ban by Blacklist here with the Jawhead. I mean, we know how awesome and great LJ is on that Jawhead with a 100% win rate here. But we're waiting for the next ban by Evos, and it will be that Aldous.
Yes, Aldous, instant ban. We know how much of a nuisance this guy really is, especially on the hands of Wise, a guy who has been so consistent, still sitting at 100% win rate there in Blacklist, but it will be the respect Lancelot ban towards Fairsick. Remember, Lancelot for the side of Evos Legends, they haven't found any success here on the Lancelot back in MPL regular season, back in MPL Season 7, even in the playoffs. Right now, though, they are still sitting at 100% win rate on this hero, so instant response by Blacklist by Bonchan, again, one of the smartest drafters in the world, countering that with a ban.
You're completely right here, Mirko. And we're waiting on the third last ban by Evos here in the first phase. Who do you think it could be for Blacklist?
Will it be a support? Will it be a Rafaela or an Estes?
Oh, it will be that Matilda.
100% win rate on the Aldous, 100% win rate on the Matilda. You do not want to see any of these heroes for the side of Blacklist, but Estes and Harith, they are both still open. Usually when we see Blacklist take the second pick of the draft phase, they go for an instant 2 pick of Estes and Harith. But I do want to remind you guys, hashtag break the code for Blacklist or hashtag Evos Roar down below. But the Estes ban will come for Blacklist towards Evos Legends because we have seen this before. We also know that Clover loves to play this Herithator.
Yeah, you're completely right here. And we're going into the first picks of this match, guys. I'm leaning towards for Evos. Do you think they'll secure someone for Clover?
I think they might go for some kind of engage because they always enjoy playing for that early game, early game control.
Yeah, you're right.
I want to see Kufra. They can get Selena maybe as well. I want Selena, I want a Kufra, I think, is what I want to see from the side of
But it will
Legends.
be that Popol and Kufa, guys.
Still very common for the side of Evos Legends. They really like to play this, as we've seen this multiple times played by LJ in the group stage and also yesterday against Execration. Clearly there's a lot of control potential coming in from Popol and Kufa, able to engage fights as well as control anyone who's trying to dive into your team. So very flexible pick here, and I think it's a great pickup from Evos.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it completely complements their playstyle by Evos, them liking that aggressive early game. But we're waiting on the first pick of Blacklist. Do you say it'll be a Paquito? Benedetta?
They might go for a strong side laner just to ensure they don't get...
but it will be that Diggy.
Oh, wow. Diggy and what will it be? Bro has to call... Oh, what? The Diggy and the Rafaela picked up here by the side of Blacklist. Remember, when they went for this kind of composition with the Rafaela, they did pick up the Bruno. So will we see something similar before Evos? You're right. Benedetta is still open. Perhaps it is a trap set by Blacklist right here. Because usually, when we see any team go against Evos, Benedetta ban. Benedetta ban.
I mean, we'll have to see, guys. Okay, we're waiting on the second and third picks by Evos here. Maybe an offlaner, someone strong, good engage.
Probably a mage as well, trying to
and
get
a mid
some
laner,
control in the mid side area. Because again, if they want to play aggressive, they need some control in the mid area to ensure smooth rotations and
big plays from their side.
Any feelings?
With Popo and Koopa, I think they want to play for the early game, so Eudora, I think. Well, no. But no, it will be the Lunox. Remember, this Lunox is a flex pick. It can go to the mid lane, but it can also go to the gold lane. Same thing for this Benedetta, another flex pick for Evos Legends.
Yeah.
Jungler and XP laner. That is why it's so hard to go against Evos Legends' Benedetta. It's a flex pick. You go, let's say you think it's a jungler right now. You'll have to ban XP laners. And in turn, they'll just use this as an XP lane and give a new jungler to Versic.
Right, so the flexibility definitely comes in handy in these mind game orientated levels of drafting.
Yeah, but we will have the last pick by Blacklist here as a Paquito shows up on their roster. And now we're going into phase 2 of the draft picks. Okay, sorry. Blacklist.
Your
First ban.
First ban for the second banning phase. What will it be right here for Blacklist? I think they need to get some... Again, it's so hard to ban against Evos Legends, especially after they picked up the Lunox and the Benedetta that can go either way.
Are they going to ban the Lapu Lapu perhaps to stifle some kind of engage from the side of Evos?
I think they're going to ban
That
Alice.
could be possible.
I think Alice.
Alice is also
yeah.
We saw Anti-Mage's Alice doing huge things.
Anti-Mage versus everybody is the
that's
line
Lord.
right there. We will see if Blacklist respects that Alice pick and will straight away straight up ban it. But no, it will be the respect ban for Fair6's Ling. Again, something that Fair6 hasn't found success with back in MPL Indonesia. But in this tournament, we haven't seen it. So maybe they've seen it in scrims and therefore
They're like, no.
banning it away. Yeah, we've seen you in scrims. We do not want to face you on that hero. So I think it's less of that, but more of we want you to play a marksman.
Right, I mean, stifling the aggression from Fair6, we saw him make huge outplays with assassin characters with the mobility and the outplay potential.
Yeah.
Maybe they would opt to go for a marksman, where they know that if they actually go in and actually pressure him, he might just crumble under the pressure. Not to mention they do have the DD, so they can exert some kind of pressure towards Fair6 in the early game.
Yeah, you're totally right. But we're waiting on the last ban. It will be that Beatrix, guys.
We haven't seen Blacklist play Beatrix at all right here. Have we seen Omlet play it?
No,
I
we
don't
haven't.
think so. I think he's only played Lunox.
Harris and Alice.
No, yes. He's played Lunox and Harris.
Harris,
Not the Alice. I don't think we've seen the Alice. I think that was Kelra.
I don't think so.
Yeah, might be wrong. Might be wrong here, but remember guys, as of this moment, Paquito is still sitting at a 47% win rate. Not a really good win rate, and especially for Benedetta, 42%. For Lunox, she is still holding up the 56% win rate 23 times it's been picked. So a lot of statistics here as Beatrix will be that ban for Evos Legends and Blacklist with their final bans. They will be targeting the jungler perhaps.
Game 1 guys,
No,
game 1.
What? It's targeting the Hilda because this basically says that we are going for a Diggy Feeder.
Yeah.
Right. True, because they ban out the counter, so now there's no reliable way for Evos to actually punish defeating Diggy, and they already banned the majority of available assassins for Fair6, so he is going to be stuck trying to deal with the defeating Diggy aggression.
At this point, if this really is a Benedetta pick, I think it's just going to be picked up by Versic, and this, with 2 bans for his assassins, I think this will be the only pick for him. He needs that aggression to have good synergy here in the early game with that Popo, right? You need to put something with good early game with something like Popo and Koopa because you need to get that early synergy. You need to get that early lead with that, and Alice will be the one picked up by Blacklist. Remember, we have not seen this before from OHEB in MSC. We have seen it before in MPL Philippines, but again, international tournament, different pressure, different stage.
Yeah, you're right. And it has to be that Harris ban, respect ban for Clover, guys.
You know what I think?
What?
They already have the Popo and the Benedetta. Good early game. They have the Lunox with scales to the late game. But Anti-Mage will most likely go for the Lapu Lapu pick or the Barretts and Clover 1-1.
Oh, what?
You're right. It is still open.
Okay, so Benedetta will be played by Anti-Mage, and last pick, I think 1-1. I think it's just the 1-1 pick here.
Do they like a frontline though? Because it seems like their composition is a bit squishy. I don't think they can just rely on Popo and Koopa to be their sole frontliner. They might want something a bit beefier.
Clover does not play beefy heroes. I told you, it is not the 1-1, but in the end, it will be Lunox for Clover. It will be the Selena and LJ on that Popo and Koopa in the mid lane, whereas we will see Anti-Mage on the side lane, on the XP lane to be exact, on this Benedetta for Blacklist now. As we get into their final pick of the game, they are still lacking a marksman, and surely it will be picked up. Wise, still with 100% win rate here in this tournament.
Have we ever seen him on Brody?
100% still.
100%
in this
still.
tournament.
Okay.
He picked it once
Okay.
in this tournament on that Brody. He also, this is one of his comfort picks back in MPL Philippines as well.
I
When all the other heroes were banned away for him, he picked up the Brody and he was amazing on it. So, guys, look at that.
This
New
is the
effects are ready
question.
for the playoffs, for the upper bracket finals. Evos Legends with their draft, going for the early picks, going for the just pick style of composition. And for the side of Blacklist, going for a more team fight, more utility-based team composition. I want to ask you first, Arashi, who do you like more?
I think I like Evos' strat more because I really enjoy the early game oriented style, and they're against a Digi, which they are very comfortable going up against.
Okay, but what about you, Eterna? Quick prediction, but I have to hold on to that. We will get straight into game number 1.
Game 1.
Evos Legends will take on Blacklist International, the battle of
Evos
the gods.
versus
Hashtag
Blacklist.
break the code or hashtag Evos roar in the comment section. Show your support for your team because we will see them compete right here. But yes, Eterna, give me your prediction, Evos or Blacklist?
I have to lean towards Blacklist here. I mean, they are well known to be able to push that stuff to the late game. So I think they are actually a good counter against Evos Legends as a whole.
Ooh, but Fersic actually already rotating here, not going to be taking that orange buff just yet, as Isan will just pressure him away from that, and Wise will be the one getting this little wanderer. I thought in the early game, Evos Legends will have a slight edge in clear and a slight edge in pressure on the map, but right now, it's Blacklist.
But yo, Oh My Venus is on the Digi, but he is not executing the Digi feeder strategy.
Yeah.
That's actually interesting.
So that's why mind game ban from the side of Blacklist. Right, kind of show that they're gonna go for the Digi play, but actually using it to actually support Oheb and make sure he can scale into the late game comfortably.
Yeah, I
Right?
mean, that
But this is
mind
not
game.
this is not going well right now. As Rexy pops the Abyssal Trap, it will be first blood picked up by Clover right here. As Blacklist International, without the Digi Strat, without the feeding Digi Strat, has already died one time.
Yeah, you're completely right here, Mirko. But dude, you haven't told us about your prediction.
My prediction is
Yeah.
1-1. I'll be the tiebreaker. I like pick compositions. I like the early game. I like crazy stuff happening, and I think Evos Legends can bring it up here in this game.
So
Okay.
actually steals away the neutral creep.
Oh, nice. But yeah, now Rexy is just doing his job right now, trading against Isan, getting the better trade here for now.
Yeah, you're completely right. I mean, 2 minutes in, people are playing it quite passively here from
Very
both
passive.
Blacklist and Evos Legends. They're still trying to secure their respective buffs here, but Turtle spawns in under 3 seconds, so we'll see what's happening in the next few seconds. But
That's Sonata being used, but the flame shot does not connect. Rexy forced the flicker away, and that's the torn apart memory only being used towards this minion. But it is the torn apart memory used before the turtle spawns, so it will be on cooldown for this fight. As Anti-Mage will not have the lead here in the lane. But that's Isan taking very low already there. But Anti-Mage,
Oh my
the
God.
kill he picked up by Fersic as now he kites away from Edward. Edward using the knockout strike, but Anti-Mage in the backside, going to go on to Goenus, and he gets the kill with the final blow. Now Wise is looking for a trade back, but it is 3-1 Evos Legends, as Fersic will get away from that Paquito.
yeah, guys, what is he doing though, Wise? Oh, wait, but his friends are coming in to follow up. And as you can see here, Oheb and Clover going in on it, a 1v1 situation. But a turtle has been secured by Blacklist, guys, so this will give them an edge towards the middle game.
So unfortunate for Evos that at first he gets chunked so low, he almost gets picked
Yeah,
off
please,
by Edward.
yeah,
Credit
please.
to him for that big play, and with that knowledge that Fersic is in the area, he just went for the turtle and they secured it.
Yeah, that turtle will benefit Blacklist International more if they do go for the fights while the turtle buff is active. But if not, Evos Legends, they got a better trade-off. You know, they got a kill for that turtle, and I think if they both don't go for fights right now, it will be worth for Evos.
Yeah, you're completely right here. But as you can see, Turtle is still 80 seconds, so they still have a lot of time here to play around the map and start roaming and dominating their respective lanes. But here you can see Benedetta already trying to push that lane, so it seems like she has that upper edge on the bottom lane here, guys.
I mean, knowing that the Alice is being protected, they might just go for plays on the other opposite side, knowing that there's probably less members from Blacklist over
Right.
there.
Oh, but now the Holy Baptism has been used onto Rexy, and now Anti-Mage tries to...
Oh my god. Oh, hindi kinaya.
But in fight with final blow being used to the backside, but he's gonna be stunned, as now it will be OM joining the fight. It will be Anti-Mage Anti-Mage taken down. He's looking towards LJ as Versick tries his best to run away and kite back, but LJ taken very low, is still able to get away as Clover goes to the backside. Now onto Venus, a double kill picked up. He's looking for Isan, but it will be a 2-for-1
Evos
trade
versus,
for the side
Blacklist.
of Evos Legends here.
Guys, that skirmish was hella crazy. I mean, they were
Sila.
trading over and over. I mean, I thought
Pag-
Blacklist had that upper hand, but instant response by Evos Legends, so props to them for that.
Yeah, instant response, but remember, it isn't a worth trade right here, as it was Edward getting a lot of pressure there at the bottom side. Now Versick will get a kill. Clover with the double kill once again. You do not want to give this man kills on the board. You do not want to give this man gold, because he snowballs
Evos.
like a madman on the 1-1 on the Heron,
Lamang
and like
Evos.
we've seen yesterday on the Lunox too.
Yeah, guys, look at that KDA. He's already 5-0-0. I mean, he's ahead at the moment. But Wise tries to retaliate, and Evos Clover gets really, really low, but he still manages to escape, even with that flame shot attempt by Oh My Venus.
Yeah, and Edward now goes on to Rexy, actually landing every single ability, but LJ will be there to help him out, and this will be Blacklist securing this turtle once again, perhaps uncontested, because there's just no pressure right
Nice.
here. And you're right, it will be just Blacklist taking that, but it is the gold lead and the slight XP lead for the side of Evos as they get this bottom turret, Arash.
And Anti-Mage understands that there's no time to actually secure the purple buff, so he just went for the tower, and he might secure it here, but at what cost?
And I don't think it will be at any cost, as Anti-Mage, wait, he sees Oheb, and he still goes in for that second mini wave. Now final blow being used as LJ will be the target right now. LJ will still be able to run away with that knockout, and look on the other side, Anti-Mage gets away. Unfortunately, LJ doesn't. Clover now the target for Edward, but he will still be able to run away as Anti-Mage meets up with Wise. He'll try to run away, the flame shot dodge, he gets done. A double kill picked up by Wise as he looks towards Versick going in. That's a lot of damage. Torn apart memory is still not available, but he gets knocked down. Now Versick looking for the kill. He'll get it, and Ison's next on the dining table. He will get it too. It will be a double kill picked up as the bomb goes on to Rexy. He has to
Oh my
run.
god! Oh my god, he dodged a bullet there, Rexy. Oh my god, guys, what a play by both teams. I mean, I did not expect this level of, I'd say, chemistry by Evos there.
But
look
now,
at that.
you gotta be careful. It's Edward. That's not just any XP laner. It's perhaps the only XP laner who can match Anti-Mage. But now Anti-Mage gets another pick on the other side. It will be just a jungler picked up, and Oheb gets away. But no, he gets stunned first. Anti-Mage looking for a kill. He will be able to get that kill, but in a moment though, Oheb still surviving. What is this? Anti-Mage getting dodged.
Nice,
Oh my
Oheb.
god! Oheb beating 2v1, making a 3v1 look easy.
That was
Ginamit
crazy.
nila yung
That was
Ali.
nostalgic to Anti-Mage's Alice, guys. What was that? 2v1? Oh my god, that was beautiful. But look at
Versick.
Wise as he goes super low and
Kita si
gets
Wise.
slain by Versick.
Such a close game, 11-9 as Anti-Mage gets traded, but it will be Oheb taken down as well, and Evos Legends are in a pickle because it is a 1,000 gold lead for the side of Blacklist, almost 2,000.
And it's such a different game, because we see usually plays...
Patay. Uy. Grabe.
What is that damage, my
Pati ng
guy?
Clover.
What?
It's a lot of damage.
That's solo kill.
As I was mentioning, there seems to be like no dominant side for both teams. There's plays happening on both sides of the map.
Grabe,
Yeah, and right
Bruno.
now it looks like Anti-Mage is just gonna, again, just go under the turret. Just try to cut this wave before Blacklist tries to retaliate for this turtle, as it will be started by Clover. And Versick, now Oheb goes in, but does not quite connect. Versick gets an amazing Rhapsody. Holy Baptism connects onto Clover. He's gonna get taken down, and that's a lot of damage. Torn apart memory being used. Edward now going on to Anti-Mage, looking for a kill. Anti-Mage, still running away, but he will be taken down. A mega kill picked up by Edward. And
Sintoy mo,
right now,
Pacquiao.
a 2,000 gold lead for the side of Blacklist.
I'm not sure if Evos is going for these team fights or skirmishes, or if Blacklist is pressuring them, but knowing that they have a better peak-off composition, I really don't think it's beneficial for them to be going for these 4v4s and 3v3s.
Agreed, but look at that. Abyssal Arrow connects as Wise goes onto LJ. Will be able to connect onto that with a torn apart memory
look
as
at that
Edward now
Versick.
joins in onto the fight with Versick. Clover is still there, dealing damage to Venus, dealing a lot with the Rhapsody. Will be able to pick him up. He has that 6 times, so not a lot of gold picked up by the side of Evos, and that will be a favorable trade in the hands of Blacklist
Game one.
International.
Guys, this is quite scary on Evos Legends. I mean, their pick is so early game oriented, but they are getting really, really pressured by Blacklist, knowing that Blacklist, the composition, it will scale to the late game.
And Oheb and Edward
Uy, sakit to.
Oh, look at Rexy!
Oh my god, he goes in onto Versick, but the stun comes out. Now Oheb will be bursted down. It will not be a kill. He has the winner's truncheon. Perfectly timed, but there is still that
Oh my
damage, and it
God.
will be a Traded.
Namatay pa yun.
Oheb for Fairsick, but Anti-Mage gets another. It will be 2 for 1. Edward is taken low. LJ trying to go in, but Anti-Mage into the backside. Final blow being used. He will be going on to Edward, but Wise is tearing it up in the backside. Going on to Clover. No damage. He'll be taken down. Rexy is next. Triple kill picked up by Wise.
Guys, this is so scary, and it seems like he's going for the last kill here on Anti-Mage as he tries to get out of this. But no, he's being slowed by Anti-Mage, and he's going on in by Wise as well. But will this...
Sayang yun.
So
So close.
Ayan na.
Now Fairsick trying to do just trying to high ground this, trying to clear the wave as Anti-Mage will be able to be the one who clears that wave, and Blacklist International looking so good right now with a 4,000 gold lead
Labang na yung Blacklist sa
5 turrets to 3.
Saka sa pera.
Yeah,
Laki na
guys.
ng
At
lamang.
this stage of the game, it's just difficult for Evos to get any pickoffs. Even though they have the control advantage,
baligtad
Edward
pala.
and Oheb just go straight into the backline and they have no solution to this.
Yeah, you're right. And Fairsick still trying to use that range to his advantage, trying to kite Wise away, but Venus misses on that flame shot. The missile arrow also misses onto 2 members, and now we will have to see Evos Legends on defense mode. This is not usually what we see Evos Legends do. This might be actually a turnaround, because every time Evos Legends has been brought to the late game by Victor Alpha, they've been able to get the dub.
Black hole
Like
daw
I
eh.
said, I was really afraid of this happening,
ng mga
guys. I feel like
shoutcaster ng
Blacklist,
ano,
they have the ability to take that
Indonesia.
gameplay into the late
Black
game.
hole.
And like I said earlier, it seems like they are actually natural counters to Evos Legends. But as you can see here, Lord already taken to half health. Will Blacklist be able to secure this as Evos, Rexy, Fairsick? They all going in.
Anti-Mage is in a 1v4. He's going in. The final blow will secure his safety. He gets out of that fight, but again, it is just to reset it. A lot of damage. Fairsick with the Death Sonata gets one. That is a 1 for 0 trade. Oheb looks for a re-engage, and that was beautiful by Anti-Mage. Going in, resetting the Lord, giving time, wasting so many abilities used onto him.
I mean, he was so close to death, guys. I mean, we know Anti-Mage, his plays are super risky, but thank God that gave them the upper hand here as they get more time. But it seems like Evos Legends are trying to rebait Blacklist into this Lord area.
Yeah, but now Edward goes in.
Oh, here we go.
He's going to go on to Clover. He's going to get stunned up when the burst comes in, but that is a lot of damage by Oheb. Getting a 3-man immobility. He's now
Shout out
going on to
Ginsan.
Fairsick as this is a disaster
Oh,
for
guys.
Evos Legends. Clover's a target. He's trying to run away, but he's going to get taken down. Unstoppable. Fairsick on the other side, trying to run, but Oheb will
Nice
pick up the
Oheb.
kill. No, it's Venus, but Blacklist get a 3 for 0
Lord
trade.
na.
And they're gonna get that Lord, guys. I mean, Paquito there was just warming it up, waiting for the rest to finish off their zoning. But here we have Rexy opening up the map. I'm not sure what he's trying to do with this.
Yeah,
Trying to make
Rexy.
a desperation kill.
Okay,
Yeah, no,
Nice.
that is a very desperate move right there, because Blacklist, they do have the retribution. Now final blow being used to the backside. Holy Baptism will connect as Anti-Mage is still trying to make this happen. Still trying to make the dream work right now as he clears the way, but this might be just a huge mental strain.
And then with that pick advantage, they can try and pull away Blacklist International from each other and try and get picks. But right now, Anti-Mage just isn't strong enough to deal with Edward or Oheb.
Oheb.
Yeah, you're right. And here, Lord is already on its way on the
Pabilintad
lower
ni
lane here,
Oheb.
guys. This doesn't look good for
Baho.
Evos Legends at all.
Edward already a 2-level lead, but
Wala na
Arash,
si
take a look
Oheb.
at the items. Tell me what you can see.
I mean, Oheb is almost at full items, and that's not a good situation for Evos right now.
Oheb.
They do have healing reduction,
Si
but it's
Oheb.
only the dead to play.
Ayan na,
Yeah,
basag
this
na.
is the late game right now, and it looks like Blacklist will just be able to dominate from here on out. Evos Legends with their early game composition did not work
Wise
here.
lang
12
malakas.
minutes, and Blacklist has already gotten 2 inhibitor turrets. They have to rotate towards that bottom side, but if they do, look at Wise, look at the damage. Clover gets taken low,
Kalbo
and
yung
this
ano eh.
is the threats of
Sorry.
Blacklist right now. They're trying to go under the turret. Anti-Mage with his abilities, still able to run away, but it will be LJ picked up. Now Blacklist gets a monster kill, going into Oheb.
ayun na.
Immobility, he gets killed.
Tower
The winner's
na.
function is there. It will be game number
Game 1.
secured by
GG.
Blacklist International.
Blacklist.
Guys, what a game by Blacklist. That domination, that strength.
Nice
It was
one.
difficult for Evos Legends, guys. It was difficult. I mean, even if they won in damage, they still had that Rafaela to help
Blacklist
with
lang.
sustain.
I'm kind of impressed with how
Sino?
Blacklist was
Si-
able
Venus,
to go
sino?
against Evos with so many early games, so much pickup potential, and yet they were able to
Hindi,
actually
ano?
get it even, and they were actually one ahead at one point, and then from there on, Oheb and
LJ,
Edward was just out of
LJ.
control.
Yeah, that was an amazing first match,
Yun,
guys.
no?
First
Yung
game
katapat
on the
ni
match.
Jackman.
And good game, well played to Blacklist. Guys, any thoughts at this moment?
Any thoughts at this moment? I have no thoughts right now. Blacklist was just able to take that
Yeah.
that game down very dominantly
Indo,
in a very
Indonesian,
dominant fashion against
Indonesian
a
yung
team
ano,
which was hyped up to be
Indonesian
the
yung
only one
Evos
that can
legend.
give Blacklist a very strong competition, give him
Yeah.
some
Tsaka,
competition because so far
katapat.
they have not dropped a single game.
Exit
So what
kahapon, di
happened?
ba?
I
Exit kasi
mentioned earlier that
kahapon.
I felt that Evos were going for a bit too many five-man team fights, which is
Right.
not good because they went and have the Popo and Kupa
Kahapon,
and the
ganito rin
Selena,
eh.
and these are heroes that are very good for
Game
pickoffs,
1,
and
ano
they
eh,
haven't been able to
Exe eh.
actually utilize
Tapos
the
nag-game
spin-off
2, game
potential
3,
very
ano
well.
na eh,
And that could be
Evos.
because Blacklist are just maneuvering
Huwag
so
yun ang
well that
pagbigyan yan.
Evos can't find a chance to do so. But I feel like they could have really done better in trying to split up Blacklist and
Game
get
2 na,
those
game
small pickoffs in the early game.
Let's go, game
Right,
2.
I think they should have just used their gold lead in the early game, which they got from all those team fights that they won, right?
Hindi siya
Instead
na
of just
full
trying
screen
to
eh.
go for the team fights. Remember, it is Evos Legends with a big
Kung sa ano,
composition,
kung sa
whereas
Facebook pwede.
Blacklist went for a full
Kaso,
team fight.
ano eh, may lumalabas sa aking
Oh,
ano eh.
okay, and that's where it went
Yung
wrong.
kulay
Even
white
when Lunox
sa
had the
gilid
early
eh.
game, early old gold lead.
At one point, Clover had 8 kills and 2 deaths.
Yeah.
So he had damage. But when you compare that to Ohab and Edward both with about 5 or 6 kills, they just like had more in general. So if they actually split up and maybe made plays where Clover was the deciding factor, maybe they could have secured better team fights and got a better advantage. And again, start snowballing before Blacklist can even group up together and actually go for those objectives. As
Ano,
high.
redeem code na guys.
Evos Legends, they have more of a burst
Type
type
nyo
of
na yung
composition.
redeem code.
They go for picks with the
Right.
Selena, with the Lunox, right? Even for anti-mage on that Benedetta, it's not really continuous damage. It's more like first initial damage with your abilities. Once the abilities are on cooldown, it is when Blacklist can start and look for more commitment to the team fights, and that is exactly what they did to
Black
counter
hole
the
pala,
composition coming in from Evos Legends.
Black hole
I
daw
really
eh.
felt like
Sabi ng
even
Indo
if
eh.
Clover was actually very ahead during that game,
Yeah.
the majority of his damage, the bulk of it, actually went into Oh My Venus on that Diggy, which is not ideal.
Black.
And I question whether that actually is part of their strategy to try and bait out this big damage onto the Diggy, who will come back from the egg form instead of going to these big threats in the side of Blacklist in Ohab and Edward.
Yeah, what I want to see from Evos Legends is perhaps a different style of draft because I didn't really like the draft there. I thought, yes, like you mentioned earlier, they need someone with that potential to be a front line, right? And in that team composition, as we see here, they picked up already the Selena, they picked up the Popo and Koopa, and
Yeah.
also the Lunox in the first phase, right? No, actually they picked up the Granger. Those three.
All right.
In the first phase.
Right,
We'll
yeah.
get it's really quick here. I will just give it to you in a moment, Arashi, because I really want to talk about it. So it is Granger, Lunox, and that Benedetta picked up as the first pick. First pick, right? Popo actually, Benedetta. And so
Popo,
I
Benedetta.
thought Benedetta should just be played by Fairsick. Repo, not Repo. Anti-Mage plays the Barretts, and 1-1 being played by Clover. That's what I think would have been better here in the situation. But again, let's just talk about the items real quick. We will have that session.
I mean, again, Ohab already with all these items, including the Winter Truncheon towards the end. So there's massive outplay potential coming out for him. And Edward on
Grabe, why?
Paquito, same story, a lot of damage, a lot of tankiness as well, and they were just unable to go through him, especially
Yeah.
since they themselves don't have a front line to kind of withstand the damage coming out from Brody,
Parehas
from
nung ano,
Wise on that Brody,
nung build
who is
nung
doing very well
Alice
himself.
yung ano,
Yeah, I feel like
kahapon.
Evos also
Parehas din
underestimated
sila ng
Alice,
build.
guys. Underestimated Ohab. I mean, we don't see any.
Deadly play. They got a deadly play.
Nag-Alice
OJ
ka,
made a
yun
deadly
yung
play,
nagpanalo
so
sa
they
ano
didn't
eh.
have to go for the NOD.
Sa
But still, I
Evos
think it's not
kagabi,
enough. They
yung
need
ano eh,
to do
Alice.
more for that.
For
Because
sure.
Popo and Koopa, sure, he has AoE abilities, but they're not
Yeah.
up constantly. Whereas if you put it on someone
Grabe
like Lunox,
Alice
who can just
kahapon.
putting out damage, magic damage all the time.
Parang ano eh,
with
1v5
her AoE
din
abilities, I think
laban
it would
eh,
be
no?
much more worth to get that OD
Grabe
ability
yung
on Lunox.
Alice.
But this is the post-game
Tumatangke
recap,
ng
Arashi. Tell me
lima eh.
what you can see.
Credit to Edward for being the rich guy and the sandbag at the same time, because again he was such a big nuisance in those team fights, actually getting knockups, being disruptive, and actually zoning out Fresic for the majority of the early game fights. Whenever Fresic wants to do some damage, yeah, Edward was just straight away up in his face, and he just was unable to go through him because it was that early in the game and he had no items yet.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the damage dealt actually. Evos Legends did more damage here, and that is very, very funny as the damage taken, yeah, will be on Blacklist side, but look at the tower damage and the total healing. This is what truly matters, alright? Objective. That's what they need to see. objectives. The kills don't matter right here. As we saw for the most part in the game, Evos Legends had the lead in terms of kills.
Yeah.
But the objectives are what Blacklist are known for. Getting
That's
the neutral
true.
objectives, getting the objectives on the board, such as the turrets. And this will be the MVP presented to you by Smart 5G Arashi.
Yep, it is OHEB on that Alice able to withstand the early aggression because it did seem like Evos was trying to shut him down, knowing that he has huge presence, he will have huge presence in the late game, but he weathered the storm,
Kulit
was
niya na.
able to find a lead, and actually, towards the mid game, he was the deciding factor, and he made huge plays, going on to 2 or 3 members of Evos and just decimating it, while being able to sustain himself throughout the whole ordeal.
It's not just because of his play in the game, but it's also in the draft, alright? They banned the Hereth, they picked the Lunox, they forced him into the Alice knowing that maybe this is his weak hero. But no, they have no weak heroes. That Alice performed amazingly.
Game
getting
2 na,
an
game 2, ang
MVP
daldal
here in the
nyo.
first game. Right now, for the drafts, I think, personally, the first 3 bans were great. The first pick in Popo and Koopa, it was their comfort pick, and the Benedetta. I actually liked that. And then we saw the Lunox as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Those 3, I like. Right? But it's in the second phase of the draft that I just dislike. They picked the Selena and the Granger. They have no front line. LJ is the only front line. Sure, he is quite tanky, especially with the help of Koopa to tank some damage, but not as tanky as an actual person who builds full tank, such
Yeah.
as the Barretts.
And
right?
considering they actually went for a lot of team fights, having a proper frontline in those situations is great to be able to actually withstand some aggression and wait for the moment. But when they do not have a frontline, they just like take everything on their core members, and he kind of style being thrown will immediately hit
Galing ng
Persik,
marketing
will hit
strategy.
over all these priority members from Evos. And so when the fight breaks out, they're just kind of weathered down at that point.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can see how much of a hard time Persik had in that game, that match.
He was zoned away.
Daming
constantly.
sabi.
Edward, that was an amazing play by
Ang
Edward.
daming
Not just by
sabi.
Edward though. OHEB also zoning Persik
Game
away,
2
going
na,
for the kills
game
on the
2,
backside.
game
And again,
2.
they're doing their weakness, because the Blacklist weakness is if you are able to go to their back line, you usually win. This is what happened in FPLPH. But right here, Blacklist is doing that. They are going to the enemy back line. They are trying to do that, and it is working for them. So what
Game
is the
2,
weakness
game
from
2
Blacklist?
na.
I think in terms of draft, Evos can try to fix those slight mistakes, like picking the Barretts instead of the Selena, letting
yeah.
Versick play that Benedetta, and giving Clover that
Blacklist
1-1.
pa
I
naman
think that
binoto
would
kung
prove to be a
ano,
very, very
magcha-champion.
tough composition for Blacklist International, but as of right now, Blacklist seem to have no weaknesses as they are just completely perfect.
Sana
in
hindi
game
na
number
makabawi
1
yung
of
Evos.
the Battle of the Gods. We will see in game number 2. Will Evos
Game
Legends
number 2
perhaps
na.
make some
Ayan na.
differences in the draft, make
Ayan
those
na.
little adjustments to try to get game number 2 back, or will Blacklist just completely dominate from the drafts from the first
Mag-shoutout
minutes
muna tayo.
like we saw in game
Meron nga
number
ako na
1?
ano eh.
Yeah, I mean, Evos, they seem to be really caught off guard earlier in this game. But we'll see how it goes for the second game here, guys, as Evos already has banned that Aldos, and we also see a Jawhead ban from the side of Blacklist.
You're right, and MSC now, our draft for this match. Evos Legends and Blacklist. Game number 2, brought to you by our official telco tournament partner, Smart. Evos Legends will go for the same exact
Yan na,
draft.
yan na.
Same exact ban
Let's go,
here.
game
And
2.
Blacklist looks like they're going for the same as well. Jawhead has been banned. Will they perhaps ban a Benedetta this time?
Play coming in from Anti-Mage, as well as being able, the flex potential from the Benedetta, being able to be switched up between Anti-Mage and Persik, they might go for it, but so far they didn't do it earlier, and it worked out for them. So, I mean, there's no real urgency for
Na,
it.
start na. Game 2,
Yeah,
game
so
2.
we're waiting on the last ban by Blacklist
Blacklist,
here.
Blacklist.
Who will they target? Will they choose someone, a priority pick for, let's say?
I think they'll just ban
Just
Eve
ban
here
the
for
Eve?
Evos. Or they might just let the Eve go and pick it for themselves here. We'll just have to see. But for Blacklist, will it be the same bans? Will it be for Blacklist? Yeah, by the way, just now, it was kind of a diggy strategy, but oh no. Blacklist bans the Eve.
Yep, and we're waiting on the last ban by Evos Legends.
We'll have to see if they actually
Another-
respect the Diggy strategy, because, I mean, it didn't seem like it was doing much, but I feel like somewhere under our consciousness, All My Venus on the Diggy was actually doing a lot of things, very small things, but I think it eventually paid off for the side of Blacklist. So maybe they would, Ace might have noticed something that we might have missed, and might,
Right, yeah.
try and respect that Diggy potential.
I mean, I feel like we're waiting on another support ban here by Evos Legends, but we'll have to see. Any thoughts, guys?
Any thoughts right now? Not a lot of thoughts. Is that actually for the Diki? He was super effective with the time journey. Even though he wasn't really disturbing Berserk, that time journey was always just amazing for the side of Blacklist. Venus played that very well. Dying 7 times and not getting a single kill, that means it is still quite like a Digi beater, just not pressuring the same way as we've seen usually in other regions.
I'm pretty sure. How many deaths? What was the Digi had?
I'm pretty sure it was like 7 or 8.
7 or 8 deaths. I'm pretty sure at least 5 of those deaths were from Clover bursting down with his ultimate, and so that's an ultimate used on a Digi and not on a core member, as I mentioned earlier. Might have been a big part of how that game went so one-sided.
Ban,
Yes, but it will be that Popol and
Matilda.
Estes ban for the first phase of the
Saka,
banning, and
isa?
we're going right into the first pick by Evos, guys.
Perhaps we'll see some crazy picks here from Evos Legends. I want to see just the crazy
Dahil
tags. It
ginagamit
will be
yung
the
Rapa.
Rafaela picked up for Evos Legends as their first
Evos,
pick. Now,
gumamit ng
Blacklist,
Rapa.
what will they respond with?
I mean, Evos picking up the Rafaela, they probably have their own purposes, but it also takes away the Rafaela from the side of Blacklist. So,
Lakas din kasi
we'll
mag-rotate
see if
ng
they
ano,
go for a
Rapa.
support-oriented strategy, or if they think without the Rafaela it's going to be a bit difficult and offer something unusual that we haven't seen.
Yeah, you're completely right here. As we're waiting on the first 2 picks by Blacklist, will they secure a mid laner
Alis
or
na, alis. Ohead.
off laner perhaps?
They might just secure that pick for Wise again, or maybe just getting Venus the pick is also really good. Any pick for Venus really has been outstanding.
I think maybe for Edward as well, just because Edward has been...
Oh, and it will be that Diggy and Benedetta, guys.
Tiggy and Benedetta now picked up by the side of Blacklist. We haven't seen, unlike Evos Legends, this Benedetta isn't as flexible. So Evos Legends, they might just see this Benedetta, pick up the Paquito
Oh my
or
goodness.
Anti-Mage, and then just pick a Granger here because they already know the composition for Blacklist.
Yeah, you're completely right here. I mean, Wise has such a small hero pool that I doubt that this Benedetta will fall into his hands. So I'm thinking that Edward will be on this Benedetta with a 100% win rate during this MSC season. But we're going to have to wait for the next 2 picks by Evos.
Harith is still open, and
You're right.
If they pick it
Paquito,
up.
like I
Paquito.
mentioned, and this will be either a Lancelot pick, if they want to go for an assassin,
Right.
Lancelot or Ling, or if they want to
Paquito.
go for something like a late game hero, a
Sino
Yishin
itong isa na
Shin
to?
perhaps, or maybe
Mimi
a
Aso.
Brody picked up by Evos here. Or maybe we'll just see an entirely different one. Harith might just be
Oh,
picked up,
look
but
at that
I was
Brody.
just spot on right
Popol
there.
and,
The Brody
wow.
pick by Evos Legends, and now
Popol
Blacklist
and Basha.
International, after seeing the Rafaela Brody
Ito yung Popol,
and the
si
Paquito, what will they
Popol,
go for?
Popol and Basha.
Guys, is this Brody?
Popol and,
A gold layer or
Popol
jungler?
and Basha.
Because if it's a jungler, have we
Aldous
seen
Matilda,
Berserk
saka
well on this Brody, guys?
Popoy and
That was
Basha.
in game 1 yesterday against Execration.
On that Brody, right?
But we've seen him play Brody to great effect in
Oh,
our
yeah.
FPL
Yes.
playoffs.
He won the last game against Biggest Run Alpha by using his Brody to very high levels right here. Yesterday, they were actually able to get
Popol.
a dominant performance there against Execration in the first game, but they just kind of threw right there. They threw their lead, and Execration was able to come back. So right now, this Brody is looking like a solid pick, but Blacklist has gotten this Harith. Oheb on Alice is a problem. Oheb on Lunox
Share
is a
tayo,
problem.
guys. Share,
But
share.
Oheb on Harith
Is
is
Sa mga hindi
a
pa
disaster.
nakasubscribe,
It's a
like na tayo,
disaster.
subscribe.
Okay.
Ban on Harith, probably the best Harith here in the world. And Evos Legends already, look at Blacklist. They pick up the Harith. Usually, what is the counter to Harith? Lunox, instant burst. Taken away by the side of Blacklist. And now Evos Legends, with their respawn, Bruno will be banned out. And Blacklist looking for a ban as well here in this phase. Will it be the 1-1 ban, or perhaps will it be some sort of magic damage ban, the Marsa maybe? Ooh, but the Phobius respecting Evos Legends. Even though we haven't seen Evos play this Phobius before, they've seen the brothers do it. Biggest on Alpha
Right,
with
yeah.
Repo playing on that Phobius has been super effective. So now in game number 2, it will be the Phobius ban just respecting.
Game
Not
number
want
2,
this
guys.
Harith to be bullied in lane. So Evos Legends, what will they respond with? Perhaps a Farsa in the gold lane, like we've seen from MPL Indonesia. What playing it back at home?
Honestly,
Yeah.
if they do get to the Farsa, there's plenty of play available for the Farsa to try and nuke someone from far away before the fight even begins, so that when the fight does happen, Anti-Mage on the Paquito and Fersic on the Brody is able to just maybe use a decent amount of burst and secure all these softened up targets.
Yeah, you're
You're
right.
right.
And we're waiting on the last ban by Evos, and it
Granger.
will be that Granger, guys. So, Wise,
They're with the Bruno ban and the Granger ban. they are saying to Blacklist, they're saying to Wise, you pick an assassin. Let's see how you do on an assassin because we have never seen Wise on an assassin.
Yes,
We
guys,
have
but
seen it on
YSS
Blacklist.
is still
mention,
open,
yeah.
and he just secured that
I was going to
YSS.
say, like, Claude and Yisenshin both are still open, so most likely Wise is going to opt for that because, as you mentioned, it doesn't seem like he's very well known to be very comfortable playing these assassins.
Yeah.
So Yisenshin secured here for the late game of Blacklist, where
Shout
exactly
out,
where they would
Mobile
But you know
Legends
something for
trending.
Evos Legends? They didn't ban
Yun.
any marksman. They banned the early game marksman.
Right.
Because they already have such a late game composition with the Heron. Plus now the Yishin Shin, their early game will be very, very questionable. As Makito will also win lane against Benedetta there. It's looking bad.
So so it looks like they're really, really pushing for that early
Evos
game.
pushing for that early game once again, but they also have good late game here with the Brody. And now for Evos Legends, their final picks.
They need a
I
playmaker.
want the Farsa. I want the Sask and the Alice. What the heck?
Okay,
What
guys,
is going
let's
on?
go.
I wanted to say that they
Just-
need some
uy,
magic
masakit
damage,
yun.
but this is a lot of magic damage. Sask is a
Double.
very good pick
Sask.
in the gold lane to counter this Heron, but it's not
Grabe,
going
Sask.
to go to the gold lane.
Sakit pa naman ng
Because
Zast
Alice
niya.
is a gold laner. We won't see an Alice support, will we? It's most probably a Zask being played in the mid lane. Arashi, this is what you like to play.
I do enjoy playing Zaz in the mid lane. I feel that there's a big potential. And we'll see if they go for that meta where you go with the fleeting time and just use your Domineer's Descent to get picks all over the place and then get reduction on that ultimate cooldown because it is quite a short cooldown, especially with the fleeting time.
Ooh, but Blacklist picks up this glue, knowing that Evos Legends has an Alice. Remember this time, last time this happened, it was Evos Legends anti-mage versus the world. Perhaps this time it will be Clover against the world when that glue uses the split. But ladies and gentlemen, we have seen the
Ayan na,
draft.
guys.
Let's see the
Let's
beautiful
go.
effects
Game
of
two.
this draft right now. But Arashi, give me some predictions based on the draft.
Predictions.
Game 2.
I think if Evos is able to actually use the early game advantages that they have secured so far with the Zaz, with the Pito, they do have potential, but once the game gets towards a really late game, I feel like Blacklist just has a lot of tools. With the Herald, with the Yisu and shit, this is a lot of damage, so I think I'm gonna side with Evos for this one.
Puro ano to,
Just because I think they
burst.
do have it in them, but
Yeah.
we'll never know.
Alright, but for you, Eterna, as we get here into the game, let's just get straight into the game. Game number 2. Ladies
Game 2.
and gentlemen,
Let's go.
are you ready? Here we go. Blacklist International versus Evos Legends in game number 2. Eterna, your predictions
Predictions?
based on the draft.
I honestly prefer Evos's
Composition.
composition.
Okay, 2-0 for the composition of
Bias,
Evos Legends, and I will join you
shoutcaster.
guys. 3-0 for Evos Legends based on
Start
their
pa lang.
composition, and LJ already pressuring Wise here. This is what we wanted to see. Wise forced to use that retribution early, as now LJ will put his focus onto Venus, getting a lot of pressure, and this will be the Paquito tank, anti-mage, using that Alice, and it will be the Zask played by Clover,
sayang.
so something that I didn't
Di pa
expect,
nakuha.
but Versik already securing a level lead there with that little Wanderer pickup.
LG being a huge problem for Wise here, actually.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Flickering
aggressive
inside.
play coming in, let's see if it
Bakit?
pays off.
It will pay off, and it will just
Oh,
zone
God.
Wise away from his turret. But Wise now looking for something as Edward joins in the
TP.
fight. But it is already so
TP.
much time wasted, and Versik has been jungling very, very safely, very, very.
Pakita
Nice.
tang.
Yeah. Oh, but Clover gets
no.
super low,
Yup.
and he goes in
That's
with
a
the
bomb.
Oh god, that's it.
That's first blood picked up by Venus as he joins in the bottom side. It looks like it just hasn't been effective, and LJ now looking for a kill onto
Uy,
Wise, but it might
ginagawa
just be a
mo,
kill
LJ.
picked up by Blacklist. 2-0. Not
Ginagawa mo,
looking good
LJ.
for the Indonesian first seed.
Looking very bad indeed. I said they have to secure some leads in the early game, but now they've given up 2 kills, not for much.
Yeah, and this is also only Venus being taken down. This is what this Diggy was picked for,
Yeah.
right? So Clover right now having a bad time against this Heron, which is actually kind of weird. We're supposed to see this Zas counter the Heron.
But look
now,
at Versik going on Oh My Venus there.
the Tornapon memory being used. It will finish him off. Versik gets a kill, and it will be the goal
Layo na
coming back. But still, Blacklist International with 100 gold lead as Anti-Mage is on this Alice. Remember how effective he has been on the Alice, guys.
Yeah, you're completely right. As we know here, Turtle has already spawned, so it seems like Evos Legends is
Lamang pa
rotating
sa
to that
pera.
area. But Edward and
Lamang
Isan
pera,
and Wise
Blacklist.
already on standby as they start Turtle.
Versick has a level lead on Wise right now. Wise and Edward trying to burst him down, but look at Anti-Mage looking for a flank. The final blow being used to secure that one as well, but Anti-Mage will be able to get it mobilized onto Wise. He will back away shortly though as Isan joins in the fight. But Anti-Mage gets pulled back, but he instantly flickers away, and that will be Blacklist International taking a turtle uncontested.
Yeah, you're right.
Kahapon,
Big play coming
umabot
from
na
Blacklist
ano
actually
yung
securing the turtle.
500
And
yung
with
ano
a great
natin.
positioning. Ultimate
Kaso
went
nagkaroon
for the
problema
flank,
yung ano
but
yung
he
MD.
wasn't able to get much done in that
20.
fight.
Oh no, Venus once again goes in with a flame shot. It will be Oheb trying to get the kill, but he pops the Johnny boy, looking for a kill actually onto Oh My Venus, and now Clover just playing around on his Johnny as Venus will try to look for a kill. LJ joins in very shortly. The time bomb has been dodged right there as LJ, he's not looking for a kill onto Venus, he's actually going to go all around to get Oheb, but now Venus, he has to be careful, he's gonna get taken down, and Oheb gets a trade back kill. Why did Clover go back there? LJ now looks for Oheb, but he
look how low Rexy is.
Rexy gets a double kill and almost gets a triple kill. Remember, this man on Harris is disgusting.
And we just seen glimpses of that. Zeman first popped and actually goes for the 1v2. Obviously, Clover actually got picked off there, even though he was really to stay.
Ooh, but here we see Anti-Mage in the top lane as Isan tries to help clear that lane because I don't know, guys, what's going on. But here, Oh My Venus trying to protect that Ohab because I guess we know how aggressive Clover can be on that Zask.
2,000 gold lead, guys. Evos Legends not looking too strong, even with their early game
Lamang
composition. Blacklist
Blacklist,
International has been able to get
Okay.
the lead here in the second game. 2,000 gold lead as Wise will rotate to this bottom side, looking for a kill onto Clover as he is 2 levels behind, playing for their winning lanes. But look at Anti-Mage, look at Versick rotating from the top side to join in on this team fight. This is all in or nothing.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, Evos Legends did quite a great job in the beginning here, but Blacklist seems to have taken back that flow, that momentum. But guys, have a look here as Turtle
3-0
has
na yan,
just spawned in
3-0
the
na yan.
top lane. And we're gonna see who will secure this next objective.
I mean, this is a fight that's far away from Oheb and Clover. So, the early game advantages for Blacklist gained on Oheb will not be a factor in this fight, and Anti-Mage is the one
Tatlo.
who is, going to be a big
Lima
factor.
yata.
Yes, a huge factor, but Wise and Venus gets taken very, very low as there. While Versick uses the Torn Apart Memory, but now Edward joins in the team fight using the Phantom Slash to get to his team, but it will be still Blacklist trying to make their move onto this turtle. What will it be? It is Wise pick up, and Anti-Mage gets a kill onto Venus, but remember, it is a Diggy Feeder now. Isan goes to the backside with a split. There's a lot of healing, and Turtle will be safe. But now, LJ looks for a re-engage, flickers into Wise. He gets taken very low to the hot strike lands, but Edward does a lot of damage onto Anti-Mage. Is still able to run away, and that will just be Evos Legends taking this turtle uncontested and taking 1 kill for 0.
Okay, this is okay, guys. This is okay. Evos Legends can still take back that momentum, but look at that pressure in that mid lane. As Rexy, will he go down? And he goes down. I mean, you spoke about Oheb on this Harith, and you can see how crazy he is with his microplays as he just keeps spiraling.
But Zask, look at him. He's not just lazy, being lazy in that bottom lane. He's not just sleeping around. He is actually doing some stuff here because he's punishing Oheb, right? Oheb rotates to the mid side. Sure. Let's trade. You get a kill onto Rexy,
and I
get the turret. The turret, unfortunately, does not fall as LJ now looks for an engage, but it will be Versick caught out. He has to be very, very careful. He gets an auto attack onto Wise. Now looking for Isan as Rexy joins in the team fight. Will he use the Holy Baptism? The split has been used, and a knockout strike does connect. But again, it is the torn apart memory doing a lot of damage. Rexy now the target. He's going to get taken down by Venus. LJ comes in the bad situation. His first joins in the fight. It will be LJ targeted, and Anti-Mage on the backside be able to just zone everyone away, able to use his abilities to get away as well as that will be Anti-Mage winning the fight against Oheb and getting away, getting Evos Legends a slight lead in that team fight, but it is a 1-for-1.
The fact that Anti-Mage was able to do okay against Oheb there was actually so impressive. We didn't see the bulk of the fight that was happening, but he did run out of mana, so he probably did a lot of work off screen, and he has a Clock of Destiny and the Calamity Reaper as well. So matching up against OHEB with 2 items.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, he went for a Calamity Reaper, not an Enchanted Talisman, so he went for more auto attack kind of damage. LJ now jumps onto Oheb. The stun will not connect. He will actually use it to this cannon minion, as he'll be able to try and get this pressure on the top side. Remember, Venus is still there, using his time bounce to be just such a
Shout out
for
Clean.
Evos Legends.
Yun.
Yeah, just kiting, just chucking down little by little, just waiting for Oheb to be able to take that major damage. But here we
But that's
see,
a lot
oh
of
my
damage.
gosh.
Yes, now Clover pops it up. LJ looking for something, but Isan drags Fersic back to the team fight. It'll be Fersic taken down. Oheb taking a double kill, looking for LJ. The time journey has been popped. This anti-mage is on the backside, able to zone him away.
Oh, and
Edward
another
picks up
kill.
another. A 3-0 for Blacklist. LJ is the final target. A triple kill picked up
Ubus.
by Oheb.
Yeah, it seems
Nice.
like the anti-mage is trying to, I guess, in somewhat trade and by taking that middle turret. But, I mean, 3 people down, it doesn't seem like a worth trade. Plus,
Shout
they
out
get an
kay
additional turret
Clint
on that top side.
Ibanez. Yun.
So I mean, there's not much anti-mage can do. So recognizing that he
Shout out
can't
din
go
kay
in and just throw away his
Lyren
life once
Gaming.
more. Yeah, he goes for what he can get, and he's trying to stay relevant in this game. Because again, we saw the other day where even when his team isn't performing as well, anti-mage can make the
Oh,
play.
he goes in!
Yeah, but apparently not.
You know,
And that is it. What happened
Napitas na yung
last time does not
anti-mage.
happen again
Nice.
against Blacklist. They know how to counter. They're all too slick. The reaction time was beautiful, and anti-mage couldn't get anyone in that immobilized.
Clearly, they were all
Oh
waiting
my
for the engage
God.
coming in from anti-mage, and so
Yeah.
once he just went in, they were all ready. They just bursted him down, and without the Winter Truncheon, there was no way he was going to survive.
Once a beautiful, beautiful showman there by Blacklist International, dodging away
Lamang na
from
Blacklist.
anti-mage's engage, as now Blacklist are just
Wag
pushing
lang
on their
ma-epic
lead.
comeback.
A 6,000 gold lead, about to be a 7,000 gold lead here for Blacklist International.
And another turret there taken by the Benedetta, by that Edward. And it seems like they are showing... Ooh, and anti-mage goes back
You
in.
know.
Not learning from his previous mistake. Oh, but this time, he
Kinakawawa lang ni
gets
Edward
away.
yun eh.
Yeah, there's not much Blacklist can do
Alice
there.
eh.
Again, Evos Legends anti-mage
Yun yung malakas
is still very,
kahapon
very
eh, yung
tanky, as
Alice
there
eh.
is no NOD picked up by
Si
the side of
anti-mage.
Blacklist just yet.
Yeah, you're right. And you see that pressure from every lane right now. And it seems like Evos has to, yet again, go into their defensive mode. 9 minutes in, and we see Lord will spawn in under 2 seconds, guys.
But the bulk of the kills is actually on OHEB, so if they are able to find a play and pick him off, they do have a potential to come back here. And anti-mage already with the Winter Truncheon available for him to make plays with.
Remember, Isan is so good on this hero right now. He's getting so many picks, getting so many AoE auto attacks here onto Evos Legends, as it will just
Lamang
be
pa rin
Wise
ng
and
Blacklist.
Oheb trying to take this turtle,
Sa pera,
trying to
saka
take
sa
the
kills.
sword
Lord, yeah.
alone. Both of them. They're already getting it very, very low. A quarter health left. As Wise will just be able to pick it up uncontested
walang
once
kalaban
again.
sa loob.
And there will be LJ picked up. Oheb pops
Uyo.
him on force going
Ano
onto
ginagawa
LJ. That
mo,
will be a kill
LJ?
picked up by Isan. A 1-0
Iyak eh.
as Fersic and Evos Legends cannot find anything on the map.
And the level of control coming out from Blacklist International is insane right now. LG
Yeah.
didn't even get a glimpse of the Lord. They just didn't let him get any info.
Okay, you're completely right. And as you can see, Lord will go down into that lane in a few seconds here.
Wow.
And already they're 1 man down, but he will spawn in 3 seconds. So we will see
Galing.
the
Galing
effect
Blacklist.
LJ can have. But guys, it's not looking well for Evos Legends as they're going in, waiting to take down that last middle turret.
You're right on anti-mage now. Look at all the damage goes in, but that is going to be LJ picked up. He has to flicker away, and that is the turret getting picked up by Blacklist International. Another engage by anti-mage, but there's
GG
no
na
one to
lang.
follow it up,
GG na
and
guys.
anti-mage does not do damage on his own as of this moment.
Shout out
It
to
looks
60
like Evos
viewers.
Legends are in a corner right
Oh,
now.
but
As
look
the
at that
Lord and Lord
damage.
Edward goes in for the final blow to the backside, going to be able to get a lot of damage done. But Fersic gets a kill. Anti-mage in the middle of everything gets a shutdown, as he'll be able to get away. A 2-for-1 picked up by Evos Legends,
Pitas pa
still
si
staying in this
Edward.
game.
Okay. Good
Sausage
defense
over,
here by Evos
Oh my
Legends.
Venus.
Well done by Anti-Mage. I mean, it must be great that he already sustained and took that Winter Truncheon, as they were able to defend this for the first time here, guys.
epic
And so we're
comeback pa
gonna
yan,
wait. What will Evos Legends do at the stage, and what will Blacklist do at the
Shout
stage?
out to
Because
80
I felt like
viewers.
Edward kind of went too deep there.
Yeah, Edward went too deep. He tried to zone the people of Evos Legends away from that turret so that the Lord can take it with his help, with the help of his teammates. But again, it is just way too aggressive. You cannot make those kind of plays, especially with so many lockdown
Bias
heroes
din tong ano
like
eh.
Paquito, like
Shoutcaster.
Sask, like even Brody.
Look how much damage Oheb is dealing, guys. I mean, top 3 damage
Oh
from the
my
side of Evos.
god! Clover gets one shot as LJ looks for a fight onto
Pitasin
Wise.
niya,
It will
no?
just be him. Bursted down once again. Tries to dash away, but the Nirvana. It's going to be him taken down.
Nice.
Wise with a double kill.
And now 2 members
Feeder
down.
na yung
Blacklist
LJ.
International
Feeder
has
yung
the
LJ.
window to actually force a fight 5v3, and they do have to engage. Very possible for them.
Yeah, you're right. 10 seconds on the clock, and the
Pinasok.
minions are already in. So I just think
Pinasok.
and believe that they have
Ano?
to take this last inhibitor in the middle, and they're going in. Guys,
This is looking horrible for the side of Evos Legends. The Van Force has been popped. The
Nice.
turret will fall on the top side. This is deja vu.
GG.
12 minutes. 2 turrets taken
GG.
down. Versick looking for something here as Venus taken low, but he still has his time journey. His anti-mage jumps in front. It will be
May
Clover picking up a kill,
papitas.
but again, all turrets have been picked up. The OM is in. It's gonna be
Grabe.
him sliding away, dealing damage with his Van Force. Gonna
Grabe,
be able to
Oheb.
get a double kill, a triple kill for Oheb. Looking for Versick. A maniac will not be secured. And
Sayang.
Versick will be able to shut him down, but already Blacklist
Grabe yung
International
Oheb.
with a kill onto LJ. A 4-for-2 trade. Versick is
Umuubos
nothing he can do. Blacklist demolishes Evos
GG.
Legends in game
2-0.
number 2.
2-0.
guys, the last minions are
Ayan.
going down in that middle turret, and they're going in for that last tower, guys. I
Meron
feel
pa.
like this is going to be the last chance here for
3-0
Evos.
to,
And
magiging 3-0.
Match number 2, game number 2.
Nice,
Hands up,
Blacklist.
crazy plays by Blacklist, GGWP, and this is
GG.
one last chance for Evos Legends now.
One last chance, but remember, guys,
Evos
every
Legends,
single time the game has gone to match point, it has been
Shout out
reverse
kay
swept.
Jinsan.
All right, there has been a lot of reverse sweeps here in the playoffs. And we'll
Shout
have
out
to
din
see
kay
perhaps
Baby
Evos
Joy.
Legends will turn on their gaming mode here as we enter the third game. But right
Shout
now,
out sa 100
Blacklist
viewers.
dominating,
That was
absolutely
crazy.
destroying and dismantling the first seed.
Ano
from
pa,
the
last
BTS.
game.
Coach Jace will join in the fight to talk about some things here. And look at the faces. I do
May
not
last
like
game
what
pa
I'm
yata.
seeing, guys. It looks like they are already very, very
Coach
bad
doesn't look happy.
2-0.
It looks like they're all in a bad mental state right there.
I mean, after 2
2-0.
very dominant performances from Blacklist, you cannot understand like how they're feeling because
Jan Daryl Madriaga. Shout out.
Rexy, he was on the ground.
Nalungkot yung shoutcaster, bias kasi.
I do not know about Evos Legends right now. It is not looking good
Tong
for them.
BTS
The
na to
mental of these players, the mentality will have to stay strong
BTS
if
ba
they
yun?
want to compete. Not just, I think looking for a reverse sweep is just miles away
Ito.
right now. Looking for a game, at least
Hindi
some
natin-
competition is going to be hard with that kind of mental
Ian
state
Datang.
for
Yan, shout
Evos
out.
Legends.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard.
Bias
like
tong
I said
shoutcaster
earlier. I mean,
na to,
Evos
no?
Legends, they're super known to be super aggressive in that early game. And Blacklist kind of just messed that up. I mean, they were so dominant in the early game. They knew the strengths
Lakas
of
pa
Evos
mga
Legends,
sar ng
and they kind of just,
shoutcaster
like, took
kanina
that
ng ano
away. So,
mga Indonesia.
talking about mental capacity here,
May
I
pa-black hole
completely
pa
understand
kayo,
what
ah.
Evos Legends is thinking right now.
And I mean, it seems like Evos was trying their best to
0-2,
actually make plays
0-2.
happen, but Blacklist was just so comfortable being in the situation
Evos
of
nyo,
being
pagod
pressured
na.
in the early game, and they were able to just find moments of opportunity where they really shouldn't be.
Iyak yung ano
And
eh.
maybe this shows
Iyak yung BTS
how the
eh.
difference between a team that actually can switch it up multiple times compared to a team that sticks to one gameplay and seems to be huge, like
Grabe, Blacklist.
master of this strategy.
Malimo
They actually
maglaro.
really like the composition for Evos Legends, but in the end, again, it doesn't turn out well for them, even with that composition, because I thought Paquito would be picked as a side lane. I don't really like the Paquito tank right now. In this meta, we've seen it 2 times by LG.
Oo nga,
Both
disappointed
times it
yung
has
ano,
failed. All right?
yung
Paquito
shoutcaster
tank is
na
just
beat
not
on
viable. We
BTS.
saw when the Paquito was just released, when it was still at this peak, being used as a tank was beautiful, was amazing because of the
Panalo
base
Blacklist.
damage it has. But the base damage has since
Game
been
1 and
nerfed
Game 2
to the
Blacklist.
ground, guys.
And with the base damage nerf, that you want to rely on the gap closers. If you can rely on the knockups, there's plenty of other
Evos
options
eaten by
with
Black
more
Hole.
consistency, I feel.
Yeah.
So again, this pick is a bit questionable.
If it was the Paquito from back then,
BTS.
Wise would have died like 3 times in that early game. But it's not, alright? You have to be
Right.
able to adjust to these patches. Back in
Iyak yung
Indonesia,
shoutcaster.
Alter Ego started off the regular season with 5-0 on that Paquito on the tank
lakas.
position for Leo Murphy. But right now, it's the same thing happening. They're
Nanlumo
losing
yung ano eh,
every single
shoutcaster.
game on the second half of the regular season. Evos Legends forcing this Paquito to go to the tank position,
Game
and it
three
will
pa
not
ba? Game
work
three.
out for them. This is the item builds, Arashi. Tell me what you can see.
Well, there's a lot of items on, especially for OHEB, already full build. at with 10-1 in his scoreboard, so huge problem there. As well with the Oracle for extra survivability, so it was pretty difficult because again,
Evos
there's
nyo
plenty
pagod
of
na.
magic damage coming in, and for the most part, he's taking damage from
Evos
Clover
nyo
and
pagod
from
na.
anti-mage, and it's both magic, so that's like double benefit for him to just build an Oracle here.
Yeah, you're right, and you can see a respect item here coming from
Blacklist lang
Persik
sa
as he
kalam.
builds that Athena shield because he knows how much damage and magical damage output that can be taken from Oheb as he is Harith.
And Omlet Venus has a Cup of Destiny and a Lightning Truncheon, aside from that
As
NOD,
Diggy.
as Diggy, and he has more gold than Isan. So he wasn't getting any value from the mask, but doesn't matter. He was performing, and he was a
Grabe
huge
yung
problem
Ohib
for
kanina.
Evos to deal with.
Lakas
Yeah, so
mag-gano.
even 30 minutes in, we already know a lot of
Lakas magharit.
He was scaling. Diggy
Yeah.
was scaling in magical
Dumadive sa lima.
damage.
The strat, the scaling
New
Diggy,
strat.
the scaling Diggy.
Whole different game right now. It's
Rich
just
guy,
Blacklist
the carry.
dominating right here. Look at
Sandbag.
this. Venus with the
Sandbag.
forgotten one. Oheb again.
Forgotten.
Even Oheb, alright? We've said this before. If you give this man the Harith, he takes the rich guy. Wise, get out of here. It's my game. Oheb takes the rich guy and the carry.
And we can see that even though Oheb kind of outshined Wise, Wise was actually having such a stable performance. He almost had the same damage dealt as Oheb, even though he really wasn't seen. He wasn't the star of the show for that game. But we saw him earlier when he got into right in front of, I think that was LJ. He just like swiped him twice and he just died.
Oheb got a triple kill, guys, in a situation where everyone dove onto him.
Yep. So huge outplay potential coming in from Oheb. And
Microplay.
At this
Exactly,
point, they
the
tried
mechanics.
to ban the Aldous, the Matilda, the Eve. They tried to ban the Popo and Koopa in the
Yeah.
second game. And now, there's also another. There's the Harith. There's Edwards Paquito. There's Edwards Benedetta. There's Ison's
Dami din
There's
nagsasabi,
so many
bias yung
things for the
shoutcaster.
side of Evos Legends to ban. And this will be the MVP brought to you by
MVP.
Smart 5G.
Grabe,
Another
PBE.
MVP picked up by Oheb. Last time on the Alice. This
Si
time
Oheb.
on the Harith. 15
10
KDA.
10
And
kills,
already such a
1
threat.
death.
I
Tough
mean-
5
performance
assists.
for Oheb here because again he
Grabe,
was actually
Hari.
getting focused down, and the one time he actually fell during a
Lakas.
fight, it was during that final team fight, and it
Yeah.
didn't matter because afterwards his team just ran through Persik and just ended the game. So all throughout the whole game, they were trying to find Oheb, trying to shut him down, and he wasn't letting them have it.
Yeah, Evos really needs to look out
G.
for this
Ian
Oheb,
Datang.
this
Yun,
gold
shout
laner,
out sa'yo.
as he does also have a reputation for being one of the most versatile and well-played
Baka
micros
naman may
in
game trip,
the
ah.
MSC.
Yeah, the mechanics on this boy right here, Oheb,
good.
Oheb is
Boy.
still very young, guys. If I'm not mistaken, he's 16 too. All right.
Whoa.
So this guy coming into the league at 16, performing at this such high level against an international team that has been said to be a better version. Not a better version, but a team that can be competitive, can make
Right, yeah.
Blacklist pull out all of their cards, but this so far has just been a complete stomp. And from the drafts, again, I like the drafts apart from the Paquito. I just don't like the Paquito being used as a tank. I would have preferred the Zosk in the mid lane more than the Paquito being used as a tank. And if you want to go for these kind of tanks that go for the team fight,
Tama na, BTS.
just go for the Kufra.
Ang daldal mo na,
LJ
BTS.
is very comfortable playing this Kufra. So there was I guess a missed opportunity in a way because again with the Kufra they can actually deny the dashes from the Harith and actually maybe have better chances
BTS
to
ba
actually
yun?
shut down Oheb.
You're right. And for the fans back at home, hashtag break the code and hashtag Evos roar in the comments to support your team. Even though Evos Legends are down 0-2 right now, they can still come back. And for the Filipino fans, hashtag break the code. Get a dominant win here. If you keep on supporting your team, they'll be even more motivated to get that full clean sweep
Comeback pa
of 3
gusto.
for 0. We'll see in this final game. Will it be Blacklist just dominating the Indonesian first seed, or
H-State
perhaps will it be
away. Yun.
Evos Legends
Shout out.
trying to do something in this
Hirap
third
naman ang
game?
pangalan nun.
Well, we will see as the Indonesian casters right there
Joan
has
De La
started
Rosa.
to
Yan,
get
shout out.
hyped. But what do you guys think? Will it just be a 3-0, or do you think that Evos Legends can put up
Ah.
put something
Last
up here
game,
in this
3-0
final
na
game?
yun.
Again, it looks like all the players are looking very
Game
tired,
3, guys,
Only
game 3.
Clover still trying to make the mood better as he is still laughing. LJ has put his hand on his head. It is Versik looking down, and
LJ
Rexy
nyo pagod
especially
na.
with that earlier motion. I do not like what's going on, guys.
Yeah, but I mean, Evos is known to be quite adaptive, okay? So maybe they can come back from this one. So I have high hopes for Evos in this match. So this is our draft pick for game number 3, brought to you by the official telco tournament partner, Smart.
Evos, look at Evos. They ban out the Diggy, guys. This is the first
Binan
time
yung Diggy.
that Evos has been forced to ban that Diggy out.
And again, maybe Coach
Evos.
Jason realized that
Binan
this
yung
Diggy,
Diggy ni
although
ano.
not being
Oh
a star
my
of the show,
Venus.
might have a lot of
Has,
impact
yeah.
on the game. So banning it out finally from Venus.
Game 3
we'll see
guys,
what
game 3.
plays in exchange for that.
Yes, and as you can see, we have a Lancelot and Jawhead ban from the side of Blacklist, and we're still waiting for that last ban by Blacklist. Who do you think it will be, guys?
Matilda. I think
Matilda?
Blacklist needs to respect this as well, because if they do not ban the Matilda, it will just be picked up by Evos Legends. But again, Blacklist, even if they don't ban the Matilda, Eve will be open for them.
The Benedetta is also still open.
Yeah, Benedetta is still open, and it will be most probably Blacklist just banning this
E-
Eve out.
Evos
giving
roar
the Matilda
naging
over
meow
to
meow
Evos
daw.
Legends, but taking the
Visit,
Benedetta
man.
back,
Meow
and
meow.
also then
Right,
Harith.
that's true, because Harith is still also open, and both of them can actually play Harith quite well.
Right, Clover is a very well-known Harith player, and we've seen him use it to full effect when he went against
Yeah.
Megatron.
Give
Able
Clover
to
1-1.
just exactly.
Give Clover 1-1.
One is also a very good
Yeah,
option.
why haven't we
Tatlo
seen
lang.
that?
I have no idea what they're planning.
Best of
Perhaps they're
3
just
lang.
trying to save it entirely for the grand finals, but at this point, they need to use everything.
Hanggang 3 nga lang.
Pull up a stop.
Because this
They
is their
need to
last
pull out.
chance.
This is their last chance. If they lose this game, it's
Kung
just
sino
will
una
be
makatatlong,
over for
ano,
Evos Legends.
panalo.
What will we see from Evos Legends for their first pick? If they don't pick up the Matilda,
Yeah.
I think they'll be trolling.
They could pick the Benedetta as well. If you want to
Harith.
execute,
It
Oh,
will be the
be the
Matilda.
Matilda.
Always. You cannot give Matilda to
Yes.
Venus.
Yeah.
For sure,
This
for
man is still on 100% win rate on this Matilda, and it will be the Estes, and
Kaya nga
it
eh.
will be
Evos
that
roar naging ano,
Harith
meow meow.
picked up again. But
It
no,
will be that Rafaela,
Oh.
guys.
the Eldest has been banned here. It just
There's still Bruno.
Bruno is still available.
Naging meow meow yung roar.
But it might just be the Harith picked up later. This right now gives the chance for Evos Legends to counter with something of their own as well.
they might pick up the Harith as well themselves.
Exactly. Picking up the Benedetta and Harith might be very good here. And going for that pure team fight, right? You
Grabe
already have the
naman
Matilda
to.
who engages very
Ano
well.
to?
You already have the Benedetta who does a lot of damage,
Pakito.
AoE damage. And
Baka kumuha ng pakito.
the Ling and Lunox pick by Evos Legends still. Clover on this Lunox. No change, or is this Lunox gonna be a
Nakabanda ko. Hindi naman
You
nakabanda.
let go of the Harith. Oh, he picks it up,
Mistake.
and
Lang.
now
Saka.
two supports
Ano isa?
gonna be keeping Ohab alive.
Ban
But it
BTS.
is that Lunox pick that has
Ban
been a
BTS.
very, very good counter towards this Harith wave before, even when he was
Ah,
Legends
ulit
faced
oh.
up against Execration. But now, it will be Blacklist banning away the Loyi, and
3-0 na yan,
Legends,
3-0.
what will they ban away here in their game?
They could be leaning
Lord
towards
Elisa
a
Maro,
respect
yan.
ban
Shout out.
towards Wise, maybe?
So you're thinking of
Bruno?
Marksman?
Bruno.
Bruno.
Game 3 na
Bruno
guys,
with
game
two
3.
supports can be a
Very, very
huge
disgusting.
How's Ranger on it?
I think Bruno and Granger will be the final bans here for Evos Legends. They just do
Game
not
1
want
and
to
game
face
2
someone
Blacklist.
with that level of damage in the early game with the help of these two sustained heroes, and not just sustained heroes, but
no,
also
look at that
this
Brody.
Estes gives additional damage stats, additional stats in general.
And slow.
The
Paano-
Alice ban coming
paano
in, I
yung
don't like
shotcast
that
sa mga
Alice ban. I don't
BTS?
think Evos will go for the Alice.
Tapos ba, ano pa, bias pa.
Two magic healers already, but they need more physical.
They do have a very dive team comp though with Matilda,
Mukha kasing
Lunox,
BTS.
and Ling, so the Alice could work into it, but again, as you mentioned, maybe
Ibos nyo,
stacking up
pagod
on
na.
the magic damage is gonna be a bit too costly.
Ling doesn't do as much.
Yeah.
He doesn't do as much physical damage to let three magic dealers be in the composition. All right, he needs more
Yung
physical
shoutcaster
damage.
nga,
Ling does
bias
not
eh.
do
Di
enough
bias
on his own.
din tayo.
He is an assassin, so he does well with burst, but
Tama ba
kinda
yun? Tama
struggles
ba
with
yun?
DPS, as all assassins do. So we'll have to see what exactly is the strat here.
Yeah, and we're waiting on the last ban by Evos Legends here. Oh, and it will be that Bruno.
Yeah, Bruno and Brody picked away. It will just be Blacklist. I think
Lima
taking
yung
the
ano,
Ranger
ban.
here. I think that is the only pick that is good for Blacklist.
Ban
But the
Alice.
Benedetta is still open, guys.
Pwede,
Remember, the
pwede.
Benedetta has not been picked by anyone, so it might just be picked up by Blacklist here. Yes, it will
Will
be.
be that Benedetta.
It will be the Benedetta, and for
Nice
Evos
play.
Legends, it right now
Puro
at this
DPS
point,
na
I
to.
think they need an early game kind of XP laner that has a lot of physical damage. I think the Mosquito can work. I think the Lapu-Lapu can work. Or
Pakito
maybe
pwede din eh, no?
we'll see
Pakito.
something as well.
Parang maganda
No,
din
I
may
don't think it's
Pakito yung
gonna be
damage.
1-1. I think the 1-1 can happen if LJ goes for the tank Lunox here, or maybe just a double support with the Lunox and Matilda. But Lunox and Matilda, they
At
don't
yung
really
LJ
do
nyo
well
hindi na
together.
nakatang.
Now, if they
Not
come out
considered.
here,
Hindi na
you guys
nagtatang. Pagod na.
because there are a lot of dashes.
Kufra can come out actually.
That is a possibility.
Lunox
Legends,
tank.
they might
As
take
Jawhead
the
has also already been banned.
Going with that
Pwede,
theme of
no?
them diving
Lunox
in,
tank.
Kufra fits in right here, and it's gonna be very effective to deny
Mark
the Benedetta.
Kadukoy, yan. Shout out.
Okay,
We
so
will
we're
see.
waiting on the last two picks here. And we get a Bovius and an Angela, guys.
Yeah, Angela.
Lord Elisa
Angela.
Amaro,
No
shout
frontliner.
out.
They will have anti-mage on the
Yun.
Phobius. It will be the Angela and
Meow,
Matilda
meow.
in the mid lane. And
Hachu.
again, like I predicted, the
Shout out to
major
Hachu.
pick for
Meow,
Blacklist.
meow.
Now for this one,
Naging meow, meow
I'll
yung
have
ano
to
eh.
say, I like
Evos
Blacklist's
eh.
composition more.
I
for
like
the first
Blacklist as well.
time. 2-0 Rashi.
3-0 na,
Blacklist has the
3-0.
better draft, but I really wanted like a back and forth game, so I'll support Evos even if I think their draft is slightly questionable.
Okay, it will be 2-1
3-0
right
na
now.
yan,
Rashi,
3-0.
obviously,
Parang
the
hindi na makabawi.
quote-unquote minor caster who likes to go for the underdogs right here. 2-0.
Kaya nga eh, kampi pa sa kalaban.
The questionable draft. Still going for Evos Legends. We will see how that
Bias
pays
yung
off for
shot
Evos
caster.
Legends with their weird style draft, with their no frontliner once again. And from the side of Blacklist, going for this very well-rounded team composition.
And their
Good
comfort
early game,
picks.
good late game, and the comfort picks. We will get straight into game number 3. Will it be
Subscribe na
a
sa mga hindi pa
clean sweep
nakasubscribe.
for the side
Yun.
of Blacklist International, or will Evos
Ayan na,
come
game
back
3,
and
let's
get
go.
a reverse sweep? Ladies and gentlemen, put your predictions in the comments. Hashtag Evos Roar or hashtag Break the Code.
Anong
Guys,
Evos
this
roar?
might
Dapat
be the
Evos
last
meow.
match, but we'll have to see how both of them,
Evos roar
both
daw eh.
teams here, Evos Legends and Blacklist, will fare
Evos
with their
meow,
gameplay.
meow.
But it seems like Wise is already trying to pressure that as Rexy is taken a bit low here in the middle lane. But of course, there is a follow-up by LJ. And here we see Anti-Mage versus Edward. And it
Angela
seems
pala
like Edward
LJ.
does have that upper hand on Anti-Mage as he has
John
a better
Michael
wave clear on that
Ansiano,
Benedetta.
shout out sa'yo,
Yeah, you're
Blood.
right. Anti-Mage also not
Yun.
very good hero for the early game with that Phobius. He needs to wait for a little bit to get that damage and always to get level 2.
Share na sa
Edward
mga
right now is
friendship.
clearing the wave. Anti-Mage, no
Last
response
game,
whatsoever.
last
Trying
game.
to do some damage onto Edward though as LJ
Game
follows
3 na
it
to, game
up.
3.
But again, Anti-Mage is still one level behind. Ling will be able to secure this purple buff
2-0.
though. And it will just be Clover winning the lane against Oheb. But now Isan joins in. This is what has been very, very
Hashtag
evident here in
Comment.
game number 1
Hashtag
and 2. Oheb has been getting a lot of support
Blacklist.
by his supports.
Yeah, he's getting basically babysitted by that Rafaela in both previous games, guys.
Game
But
3 na
here we
to,
can
game
see-
3.
I think everyone's quite.
Haba
fascinated
naman ng
by,
pangalan
what-
nung
What is
nagpapa-shoutout.
going on in that bottom lane?
Yeah, there's a lot of action happening here as Clover, again, going for the engages, actually winning the trade, but Oheb is right there now. Ferris joins in. The Tempest of Blaze has been used, going on to Oheb. Look at that. Defiant Sword to pick up first blood for Clover. He's still looking for Isan. He does a lot of damage right now, but again, not enough. Wise will not connect on any of those bullets except for LJ. And LJ with the Rhapsody taken low, but Rexy is still there. The
Sumasalo
Immobilize
ng
has
balo.
been used onto Wise. The damage coming through, but not enough as Venus will be able to join in the team fight. It is now a 1-0 for Evos Legends.
Yes, you're right. And here, Turtle has already spawned, and it seems like both teams might be
Game
rotating
3.
to that area. But something is going on here in the middle lane as Edward goes in for Rexy. Rexy already at half health, but no real commitment whatsoever.
And the difference here is that Evos' team comp is actually a lot better geared for the early game fights, so I don't think they're gonna let this go without actually contesting it.
Oh my god, Anti-Mage jumps in onto 4 members. Now can go for it again, but Rexy has no mana. Jumps again onto Venus. That is a lot of damage, but again, Anti-Mage was chunked lower. And Versik now jumps onto there with no energy. This might be a mistake from Versik as they need to heal back, and Matilda has to recall for that mana. Evos Legends, they might just choose to back away from this one because Versik and Rexy are nowhere to be
Nice.
found. Edward will will have to force LJ to flicker, and that's Sonata being
Twice lang
used.
sa
Edward now
kalam.
looking for a kill onto LJ, but it will just be Fersic
Ano,
picking up the
Exe.
purple buff, missing
Exe
the
tuloy,
divine
Blacklist.
sword onto the wall.
I mean, that's a very tough play to execute because LJ isn't level 4, so they don't have the hard guard to try and make plays with.
Yeah, and Rexy was not level 4 in that fight. I mean, he was, but he doesn't have enough mana.
Yeah,
He's
you're
got
right.
no mana,
Oh,
man.
guys,
But he goes
and
on to Clover
Clover.
right now, and Clover with the Zaman Force pop actually not winning this lane as hard as he wants. But on the other side now, Anti-Mage
More
and
on
Fersic
mage
going
yung
in for a
kalaban
kill.
eh, no?
Really, Edward taken down as Tempest Blaze comes in, but Edward
that was
still
good.
living. But
Grabe.
it will be the kill picked up. I had goosebumps right there. I thought Edward might pull off the 2v1 outplay. But again, it is Evos Legends with the
Pogies,
kill lead
anti-ano
and
kasi yun eh.
Blacklist with an objective lead.
Anti-Benedetta
I
kasi
think
puro dash yung
that
Benedetta.
Fersic needed to use the ultimate there. But again, that seemed very sketchy for a bit because again, with Edward involved in the equation,
Paano kaya
you never
gagawin ng
know.
Benedetta dyan?
This man is very capable of taking outplays.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
Blacklist already pushing this, and Blacklist trying to look for a trade in the bottom side as Evos Legends has been very dominant in that top side. Now Rexy caught him all alone. Look at the damage of Rhapsody being used, but he will be Rexy getting away. The Death Sonata to kill him. It will connect, but
Sayang.
unfortunately just a little bit short to kill him. And on the top side, it is Ling versus Benedetta, the battle of the dashes right
Rovelino.
there.
Yan,
Anti-Mage
shoutout sa'yo.
rotating to this mid side.
Pengin
Wise will
Dias.
do a lot of damage as Anti-Mage will be able to pull him back.
Grabe ka naman,
Actually,
Lods.
Edward came out on top in that duel against
Yeah.
Fersic, so unexpected. What happened? We didn't get to see it.
He actually should have the lead here, even with the double buffs. It is just Fersic not having a lot of damage right now, but okay, look at that. Hard guard being used as the anti-mage goes to the backside, jumps around. Fersic now joins in. It will be another dash, but Oheb locks him on forces a lot of damage on the anti-mage, forcing him to flicker away. Fersic almost taken down. The Tempest of Blaze still being there. Clover waiting in the bush, waiting to burst, going on to Venus, but it will just be the Brilliance of the Order to get away as Blacklist will secure
Grabe,
a better
puro
position
pang ano pala,
for
no?
the second turtle.
Yeah, they're already
Puro
on turtle
nagdadash
here, and
pala
as you
yung
can
ano sa
see, the
Blacklist.
health on Fersic is super low. So I don't know how they will commit to this next
grabe.
turtle. And Rexy, already at half
Ang
health,
lalambot
getting
eh.
chunked by that Rise.
Oh god, so accurate right here. Oheb jumps in with his Mount Force onto LJ. LJ forced to
Evos.
flicker away, and that will be a kill picked up by Venus. Edward now going to the backside, going with the final blow onto Clover. Eye for a 9 to get out as Clover tries to look for a trade, but it is Fersic. Take it low, take it down. Venus
Patayin yun.
with a double kill.
Game 3 na, Dennis.
My God, guys. This
Game
is
3,
crazy.
Dennis.
I mean, the aggression
Game
of
1 and
both
Game
teams.
2,
And
ano,
and
Blacklist.
they're going in
He's
for
going down.
Clover.
He is going down.
He's going
It is
down.
Fersic.
Ay, uy.
No, he's
Double
not.
kill.
He's
Unfortunately,
Tira pa.
will not be able to get that, but
Grabe.
right now it is Blacklist International with a 1,000 gold lead,
Too
almost a
easy. Shout out.
2,000 gold lead, 1 Terra to 0, 2 Turtles to 0.
And this is a story we've been seeing
Shout out
again
to
and again.
100
Blacklist
viewers.
International picking the
Yo.
late game team composition, playing for the team fight, and yet still winning the early game skirmishes. How is this possible?
This
Yeah.
is crazy by Blacklist picking this Granger up, and let's take a look at the items around.
Pag nanalo, ano
What is
dito,
going on?
Blacklist, ano na,
Song of Destiny built for
Panalo na.
Clover and Anti-Mage, making sure that
Race to
you
3 lang naman.
stay relevant all the way to the late
Late
game.
game.
Oh, but LJ actually forced to flicker away as Rexy goes in with the Stripping Eagle all the way to Venus. Now
Game
Anti-Mage
1,
wins in the
ano,
fight, but it will be
Blacklist,
Rexy
tas
taken
Game
very
2,
low.
Blacklist
now
ulit.
Anti-Mage goes into the midst of everything, goes and jumps onto Venus. The follow-up is there. Fersic jumps away. Time the blade being used. Now the Divine Sword bang, blang, and blang.
You know.
It won't be a lot of damage being done because it will be just a lot of sustain by the side of Blacklist. Anti-Mage goes in for
Grabe,
the shielding is
Anti-Mage.
there.
Uy, patay na.
He's taken down. Oheb is
Nice.
insane.
And Blacklist, knowing that they are prone to
Kawawa.
getting picked off, just sticks together, clumps together as five because there is no big wombo combo coming in from Evos Legends.
Go,
and
go,
when
go,
Fersic just
Black.
comes and try and get some pickoffs, he just couldn't isolate one person from the whole fight,
You know.
and he actually couldn't take anyone
Ano na,
down.
LJ.
Being popped. Oheb gets another.
LJ nyo,
He's
pagod
looking
na.
for Fersic, and again, a 2,000 goal lead, a 2-kill lead as Edward goes onto Clover. Clover looks very, very
You know.
desperate. Final blow landing, but the Brilliance of the Order will be able to give him some time as he tries to juke away. Will he be able to get out of this one? Edward still trying to look for the kill, but Fersic
Evos
is
nyo,
right
pagod
there.
na.
Clover will be able to get out of that one.
7 minutes in,
Blacklist,
guys, and
Blacklist.
already a lead here by Blacklist. Like you said earlier, every time they go in for that aggressive play by Evos Legends, Blacklist International just knows where they're
Shout
going to
out to
be and where
140
they're going to go. I mean,
viewers.
they're like 2 steps ahead, and now we can see Turtle is already at half health, and it seems like an
Twice
uncontested
lang
Turtle
malakas.
again by
Shout out
Blacklist.
Charles.
3 turtles.
3
to 0.
turtles.
You know,
They actually have the highest percentage of like secure turtles, I believe.
Yes.
So I think they had 9
And secure
turtles, or
turtles.
only
Na to.
four. It's only 4 games.
Galing, galing.
So insane control by the side of Blacklist International.
Yeah, Blacklist just always is able to get those objectives, to get those turrets, to get those turtles, to get that Lord even. And you can see already that pressure in that bottom lane.
Oh, Holy Baptism onto Rexy. He's going to be bursted down, but look at that. Anti-Mage goes to the backside, dashing onto Edward,
mga hindi
but
pa
it does not
nakasubscribe,
connect.
subscribe na,
He's
guys.
2 levels behind of
Thank you,
Edward,
thank you.
and this is looking like a disaster for Evos Legends. Oheb jumps in with his Mon Force all the way to LJ. He's going to be able to get that kill. No, he won't. Anti-Mage looking for a response. He dashes back to the backside, and Clover joining in the fight. The Prince of the Order being used, but again, so much healing
Grabe, oh.
for the side of Blacklist. Oheb doing damage. Persic finally joining in. Tempest of Blaze being
Heal lang,
used,
heal.
but look at the
Uy.
damage. Actually, Persic
Grabe.
gets a double
Grabe,
kill,
oh.
but it's so well played by Blacklist. Finally, a kill picked up by Evos. Anti-Mage taken low. Oheb looking for a kill, but
Sayang
Anti-Mage will just be able to
Ayun,
get
oh.
out of that one as
Nahabol,
as Edward will look for a
LJ,
kill.
so
Eye for an
low.
eye onto LJ, but he
Habol na
will
habol, eh.
survive.
Ayun na,
A
ayun na.
1-for-0 as the Circling Eagle will connect. Clover gets
napita
a
si
killing
Oheb.
spree.
Oh
si
my
ano?
God.
Tama,
That
Oheb.
was...
There was just
That
a
was-
lot, so much was
Grabe
happening
yun.
in that team fight.
Grabe, digmaan.
Evos played it really well, but Blacklist making it very difficult for them to even get like, even a
That's
single
sustained
kill.
as well. That's sustained as well. From the side of Oh My Venus, I mean, that backup is crazy. And here we see
Berserk.
Edward going on
Berserk.
Berserk. He gets really low, but he still manages to escape.
Yeah, that was so
Good
scary
one.
for the side of Evos Legends. If they lost
Oo
Versic
nga,
to a
Hachi,
turret
sana
there,
hindi
it would be
makahambak.
disastrous. But
Kundi
Clover now
game-
trying
ano
to
pa
get the
to,
objective
magge-game
after he got
4
the
pa.
team fight. But again, Blacklist International pushing the pace with their sustain, able to zone them away. But
3-0
look at
na
the backside.
dapat, eh.
Edward is going to join in the fight, looking for a pick onto Clover, but unfortunately Clover realizes
Hindi
and
meron pa.
backs away instantly. Now Wise to the target. Versic joins in. Wise is going to be dashed on by
Hindi.
Anti-Mage. Holy
Sige.
Baptism does not connect as Anti-Mage still looking to get away out of this fight. Edward zoning Clover away as the Brilliance of the Order will be used to get away as Lord Cam for
Huwag na sana
Smart
makahambak.
has popped up. The Lord has spawned. Edward dealing damage, getting pressure on the map.
I think the way Evos wants to play this is having Versic again split pushing so that at any point LJ can just go with the hard guard and support him.
No, it's going to be
Yeah.
Edward dashing in, looking for the turret again with their
Nice.
sustain, just able to secure this turret with no hesitation. And Edward clears the wave, goes to Anti-Mage and shows him who's boss.
Yeah, Blacklist is playing very calculated at this stage. They know when to go in, when to stay out, and I think they're leaning towards getting
Tiwala
that
lang, no,
Lord.
Jason.
Maybe
Ayun,
baiting
shoutout
even
sa'yo,
more.
Jason.
Being popped now, Clover is the target, but the Prince of the Order will secure
Ayun.
that one as Anti-Mage joins in.
Anti-Mage,
An amazing Holy Baptism will stop him in his tracks. But Blacklist International has
Para
secured
maganda rin yun,
another
no?
favorable trade.
Blacklist
Anti-Mage
versus
taken
Exit.
low. The Lord has spawned, and Evos in a bad situation right now.
Yeah.
I mentioned earlier how Versic actually wants to go for all, never mind.
Yeah, they look
You
for a
know,
pick there, but
grabe.
yes, Sarashi, complete your
Lord
It's just
na
not
Lord.
time to actually do any analysis here, but I would
Mga
say
malaban sa Lord, eh.
Versic wants to split push and do that strategy
3-0.
with the Angela, but at
Amoy-
this point,
amoy
you can't even
3-0.
win a duel against Edward, so it's very difficult for them to actually do anything. And every time they find Evos without Versic, they just go and hard engage, and they're always able to get something.
Yeah, take a look at the items as well, Arashi, before we get into the fight. But no, Clover will actually join in, and that will be an NOD as well put onto Blacklist. But look at that. Evos Legends goes in onto
Versic
Isan,
goes
dodges
in.
the Holy
Grabe.
Baptism. Now he still
Sakit
has
nun,
Step of the
oh.
Blaze,
Oh.
jumps in one more time. The Defiancer
Win.
will be able to get one kill. He looks for more. Oheb gets jumped down. That is a very fast hand play, but look at the backside. Edward joins in. Clover
Edward
taken
lang.
low. Final blow to the wrong side of the map as he just
Lord,
chooses
Lord.
to get away.
In exchange for that success, they do lose
Oh,
a tower in the
no.
bot side, and they have to deal with this Lord now.
Yeah, you're right. And Rexy and Evos Legends looking for this Lord right now as Clover will be able to clear the wave in the bottom side. This Lord will not be able to do anything as it will just be Evos Legends taking it down,
Mid na
getting a
mid.
lot of gold in their pockets with a lot of shutdowns right there.
You
And
know.
Oheb popping his Mount
Nice.
Force again to get the Terra, to get the pressure. But they are actually pressured away as Edward has to be careful right here. Clover goes in with Circle Eagle, and that's going to be the kill. Not picked up. Holy Baptism. And that is Clover in a bad situation. Another kill picked up. Evos looking bad. LJ gets picked up. Percy goes in with a Tempest Blaze. Defiant Sword to the backside.
Pinipitas
Not
yung ano.
even a kill. Anti-Mage joins in for a kill.
Nice,
But
nice.
nothing going right
Grabe.
for
Nice,
Evos
Omi.
Legends.
Oh my
Oheb
goodness.
will pick the kill
GG.
up.
3-0.
Unstoppable. Picked up by Wise. A
Wipe out.
out in the 12th minute.
Ano ka ngayon,
Vu.
BTS?
Guys, he's there going for that last inhibitor turn, and I think they're going straight into that
Iyak yung
base. But it
BTS
seems
niya.
like their creeps are kind of lagging behind us. Rexy is already up
Tapos
and
na.
doing her best. But guys,
3-0.
I think this is it.
3-0.
This is the final match
Iyak yung
of this
shoutcaster
season.
naman
This
nito.
final game, and
Iyak
it
ang
seems like this
shoutcaster.
will go to Blacklist. Blacklist as they've shown their domination with a 3-0 against Evos Legends.
Oh, may binis lang.
0. What a dominant
3-0.
performance to secure themselves an upper bracket. No longer the upper bracket.
Evos,
A
meow
grand
meow.
final position here. My God, 3-0. What can Evos do at this point? There's so many strong points and no
Lakas
weaknesses
mag-ano?
whatsoever.
Lakas.
Played us so solid. Find weaknesses in Blacklist. This has
PH
proven
lang.
to be a very
Iyak.
tough project for all
Bokya.
these teams involved in MSC right now.
That is definitely the
Bokeh, eh.
million-dollar question
Nice.
right now.
Ang
How
ganda nito,
can these
Exe, saka
future
Evos.
teams go against such a
Iyak,
strong composition, strong team like Blacklist?
Look at the faces of defeat
GG.
there as Evos Legends have just been
Iyak, eh.
demolished.
It's just a dominant performance.
longkot
There's not
yung
much to say
ano,
about it. They tried so many
yung
different
BTS,
things.
eh.
Coach Zay's as well, doing his best to try
Yan,
and
hindi na nagsalita.
go with the unusual draft, the usual draft, the late game, the early game. And
Shout out
Blacklist just
Keisha.
constantly seems like they have an answer.
100%. I mean,
GG,
guys, Evos
3-0.
Legends is such a strong team. They are super strong individually and as a whole. But going against
Wala na,
Blacklist,
hindi na
that was
nagsalita
just-
yung shoutcaster
that was a
yung
massacre.
BTS.
That was a massacre. That was a destruction. That was a
Lungkot niyo.
demolition. That was
Lungkot
just
ka,
a
no?
perfect game there from
Lungkot.
Blacklist International. A perfect series, not
Evos,
just a
meow
game.
meow.
Yeah. We have to give it up for
3-0,
Blacklist.
ladies and gentlemen.
crazy.
Even with
3-0.
Matilda banned away,
Yeah.
even with Heath banned away,
Yuck.
even with the Aldous, they still pull off the Heron.
I mean,
Still pull
that
off the
last
Estes.
draft in that last game was questionable.
Ito yung BTS eh. Yung
Did you
nasa
like
gitna
it,
eh.
Arashi?
I didn't like
I
the
think
draft for
it was
Evos.
okay. There was
Oh, yung
potential.
bias.
But again, because they already tried other
Yeah,
strats,
Thomas,
I guess they
yun,
figured this is
shout
the one we haven't tried out, and they did have some
Evos
glimpses
nyo,
of success
pagod na.
with testing on that link. But overall, like, Blacklist was just able
Evos,
to
pagod na.
pressure them back, and as I mentioned, they tried to go for a split
Wala
burst,
pala yung
they tried to
LJ,
go for the
feeder
Angela,
lang.
again,
Yeah.
probably with the fleeting time, but there just was never a chance for them to actually use that strategy properly, and Blacklist just demolishes them, powers through the whole team,
Marvin
even
de
when
Guzman,
Pressing actually
shout out.
comes into the rescue.
What's a play?
Yeah, I mean, props
Lungkot
to the
eh, oh, lungkot
skills
eh.
of each player on Blacklist. That's the thing about Blacklist. Okay? They're not just a strong team, but individually, they also know their limits, their weaknesses, their strengths, and so they're super strong individually as well. And being
Ano,
put
mga
into a team
bias.
with also crazy synergy, that's what makes Blacklist just so strong.
That's what we
0.
said about Evos Legends in MPL Indonesia. They
Yeah.
have
Nagta-trash
better
talk pa yung mga
mechanic skills in
shoutcaster
Indonesia.
kanina
That's why
na
they were
ano,
able to just
Indonesia.
hard-stop their opponents.
Black
And
hole
now,
daw eh, black hole.
beating Blacklist, it seems like there's nothing they can do. Even Anti-Major
black
guy who
hole
has
kayo.
performed very, very well against Execration.
Yeah.
You know, this is funny. Execration and Blacklist, they were
Kain
super,
na,
super
kain.
close.
Masarap
basically,
kain
it's just
nito mamaya.
so close. They're basically on the same level.
Malakas,
Evos
malakas
of
nga
back in grand
Blacklist.
finals of
Right,
MPL
yeah.
PH.
Masarap ang kain.
Yesterday, Evos Legends was able to take Execration down. That's why I thought Evos Legends might
Black
put
hole
some
pala,
sort
ah.
of competition
Right,
here
Shout out
against
Jan Ivan.
Blacklist, but no, Blacklist even from just like 2 weeks from MPL PH was able to learn so much from their mistakes against Execration, was able to improve that much in a short period of time. This is
Finding
what
Bibi
makes
ko.
him so
Wala dito si Bibi ko.
scary. Blacklist, a beautiful
Easy.
performance, so intelligent, and wow.
Credit to Evos as well, even though technically this wasn't a great performance by them, but they actually pushed
GGWP.
Blacklist to territories that no team has ever done before so far, I think.
With the drafts.
They actually, yeah, through the drafts, they took away as much as possible the strengths and the signature picks from the side of Blacklist, and now we're shown when faced with adversity, Blacklist rose to the occasion and actually showed us that they still have way more than we thought
Yeah, that's
possible.
true. That's
Wow.
insane.
Wow.
I mean, one of the requirements that one of the winning condition in my head was, okay, Blacklist is super strong, but let's talk about hero pool, right? And so that's what we saw in this match. But even with that hero pool limitation,
Yun
they
ang
still
maganda,
managed
Neil.
to get that with
Shout out,
such
Neil.
domination.
Even with the Matilda band, the Aldous band, the
Yeah.
Eve band, all these bands,
Daming
At this
manonood na
point,
ito, Exe
Blacklist
versus
just
ano,
is
Blacklist.
undefeated, is
No?
unbeatable.
Yun ang iniintay ko
We'll have
eh.
to see if they can actually continue with this dominance all the way to
Shout
the
out Rio.
That's true. But here, let's take a look at the items, Arashi.
3-0.
See,
Sarap sa
Pressing tried to
mata.
actually farm up, and he was just so
Oh,
underfarmed compared to the rest
Ang kulot.
of Blacklist. I think what they could have done better, perhaps, is Fersic maybe could have farmed in a sense,
Damage,
farmed jungle
damage.
less, and actually pushed waves to try and put pressure.
Lord, no.
But
Lord,
they
nakuha
had
nila,
just
Lord.
dealt with that so
Isa.
well, and OHEB, again, with almost
Isang
full
beses
items,
lang
one
naman sila
slot
ng Lord
left.
kaya
So,
Guess what?
anything
Ube
naman.
is real. The
ADA,
ultimate bonding
gold.
experience is
Alright.
real. The meta that they created, Ube. Wow, Blacklist. At this point, there's nothing for you to analyze, Arashi. It's just a complete hard stomp here.
Sabi
10
ng Indo
to 5.
panelist, may
Look at the gold all
anti-mage
across the board. Then you look
daw
at Blacklist,
sila.
you're like, what?
Oo nga, no.
Is this even a game?
Rexy has like one item
Anti-mage
aside
ba
from his
talaga yun?
mask, and they had 2 NODs, and still Blacklist, still, it just seemed like Venus had so much healing despite the reduction coming in from the items of Evos Legend.
Nice game, nice
It
game.
is a demolition. It is just complete
yes, just one-sided.
disastrous,
Massacre.
one-sided.
Just
Even
one-sided.
again, with Clover doing most damage, with Anti-Mage taking the most damage, they're not able to do anything. Isan with the Forgotten One, Wise as the rich guy, Oheb as the best Herith in the world, performing once again.
I mean, I think this shows that the issue is like Evos has damage as well. Damage dealt, as you can see, Evos has
higher.
more
Moa
damage.
Sanen
It's just that
yun, shout
Blacklist
out.
just finds the way, and they know when the damage is gonna matter, and so they have more damage when it matters. And because they have it when it matters, they are able to secure most of the fights, most of the objectives, and come out on top.
I think that's the thing about Blacklist.
LJ
I mean,
nyo
they're
pagod
just
na
so disciplined with that objective goal, you know, that they really, really just play super smart, super
Grabe.
on objectives. And as you can see, right, the damage done,
Anti-mage.
Evos is higher,
Naging
but
sandbag.
still, 5 to
The
10
carry.
loss, guys.
You're right. 5 to 10 loss.
Wait,
They got
which guy?
ultimately just destroyed here in this first upper bracket
Forgotten
finals,
one.
as it will be Blacklist again, once more, securing their position in the top of the
Grabe.
brackets, and it
Oh,
is
oh my
the
Venus.
MVP presented to you by Smart 5G. Oh my Venus!
Oh my
Oh my
Venus
Venus.
yan.
Congratulations to the
MVP.
queen.
Well
All
deserved.
hail the queen of the mages here.
Ganda
2, 1, and 5
Ganda
with
yan.
his Estes,
Ganda
with his
yan.
Matilda, with his Yves, with his Diggy.
Ganda.
Everything has
Grabe.
gone super
Lakas.
well. He's
Lakas ng
played
Blacklist.
everything to perfection.
Yeah, I mean, Queen of the Mages and Captain of Blacklist. So we can't even imagine like how intelligent this human is.
This guy, next level right now. Not just intelligence, but pure micro skills. The reaction time of this guy.
3-0.
The positioning. The usage of the ability is so efficient on every
Mr.
single
Nobody,
level.
shout
Or
out.
Oh My Venus. At this point, I don't need to say Oh My God anymore.
You say Oh My
that's Oh My
Venus.
Venus. It's just Oh My Venus.
Leonheart
series
na
of
shout out.
Okay.
3-0 na, 3-0.
The whole series of
God,
games.
Panalo
that's a
na
strong
Blacklist.
word, my dude. You just offended a lot of religious people there. No, I'm joking, but yes, Arash.
Right, so throughout the whole game, there's so many, like, the games were so
Be wise,
intense, there were
though.
so many moments, and yet I don't think there's a single time where we actually were worried for the safety of Venus. He was just always well positioned.
You're right. Never getting caught, never in a bad situation, and that was just perfect. But this is the highlights brought to you by Smart. Tell me what went through this first game, Rush.
You know.
I mean, again, it's just oh my god, very well played by Blacklist. They were able to neutralize the big potential from Evos and actually force them into team fight situations where they actually do not
Grand
want, but they have no
final.
choice.
Yeah.
And so they just pushed the occasion and actually kept pressuring, and eventually they got to the base.
Lakas.
Guys, in the comment section, your team just won. All the Filipino fans. Hashtag break the code in the comments. Break the comments, guys. Not just the code.
And here's the second game where, again, there was a different strategy used by Evos, and yet they just adapted. And I don't think they played too far different, but they just made minute adjustments, and that just was enough for them to actually dominate Evos.
Guys, I also want to highlight how crazy Oh My Venus is on his flame shot.
Lakas,
I mean, he managed to secure a lot of kills with that flame shot.
Got a lot of kills on that flame shot, and with the help of the reverse time plus that
Intro
time
lang
bomb,
pala yun,
was able to catch Clover so many times in that
Intro
second
lang
game,
yung,
and here in the
Evos
third game, we saw they had some fighting moments here, even
They
with
did,
Mersic
they
getting
did,
a
they
lot of
did.
good team fights like this, Tempest of Blades being used, but in the end, Blacklist was too slick, was too good
Masarap
at every
kain
single
mamaya
lane,
ng
at
ano?
every single macro
Blacklist.
game, at every single team fight that Evos tried to do.
And Yeah,
They weren't 2 steps ahead. They were 10 steps ahead.
They were 10 steps ahead. I have to agree,
They're
guys.
just saying enough impunity actually kind of pose a threat.
Yeah.
Right. We said they put up a fight against
Baka sadya
Blacklist
yung patalo
and
ng ano, no? Exe
and
kahapon.
execution as well. And
Kagabi.
like here we have Evos, one of the teams actually
Para sa finals,
expected to
Evos
actually
saka
pose the
Exe.
biggest threat
Sarap.
through the reign of Blacklist International, and they just got stifled, and we saw that there's not much they can actually do.
But this is not the end of Evos.
Break
Right,
the code.
because
It is
Evos
not.
Legends back in
Break the
Indonesia
code.
as well. They got to the finals. How? They didn't go from the upper bracket. No? They got defeated by Biggitron Alpha in the upper bracket, and they had to fall down to the lower bracket where they climbed their way back to get that championship spot. And now it is kind of the same storyline, but will Evos Legends be able to replicate the same success without Luminaire, without Rect here in MSC 2021?
Lungkot
Well, we are not
yan.
going anywhere, guys, because after such a banger of a game, we
Shout out
still
Toxic.
have RSG Malaysia, the pride of Malaysia, taking on the Chak Mamba and Execration. Who will take the game? Put the predictions back in the comments, as we will get to that next game very, very shortly. Again, trying to get that final lower bracket position.
Exe ba mamaya?
There's still a chance for Execration to climb back and make it the MPL Philippines finals here in MSC 2021, or perhaps it might be Malaysia looking hungry for their first international achievement here in MSC 2021, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be super interesting match. But, guys,
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that will be it for match number 3. It will be Blacklist taking 3-0. I will now sign off, as you guys will be handed by Janice Ang, our host, and we will have some 2 guest stars. We will have Goni and Momo Chang. Take it away.
Yan. Nice game, nice game. Mamaya babalik tayo guys, mamaya.
Thank you, Miracle Eterna, as well as Arashi. What a game. Congratulations, Blacklist International, finally securing that grand final ticket and still very strong in the game, undefeatable, even facing Evos Legends MPL ID winner. So Momo-chan, Goni, our prediction, we expected at least a fight from Evos Legends. We expected at least they can maybe get like a 3-1, 3-2 even. But no, 3-0.
Yep, I'm so speechless because I didn't expect that Blacklist International, like maybe Janice was kind of, wondering what's the weakness of Blacklist International. Even until the final upper bracket, just now we cannot find any.
Exactly.
So dominant performance coming from Blacklist International, and Evos Legends, they cannot do much, okay? They even cannot take 1 point from Blacklist International, and it's totally a
TBC
nightmare.
versus
They have to
TBC.
go to the lower bracket. They have to face maybe either
To
it's gonna
be-
be Execution or our
How to be
simulation.
Yeah,
champion.
exactly. I mean, Evos Legends. I personally thought Evos Legends have a fighting
Ang
chance,
TBC.
but looking at the performance from Blacklist, it was just too
Throwback.
much for MPL Season 7
Ang
champions
TBC.
to withstand,
It
basically.
was too slick, Agoni.
It was too slick, and of course, from the draft, from the gameplay,
GG na
even,
guys, GG.
it was basically outclassed. They were
Yes.
basically outclassed.
Yeah, but Evos Legends, they still have a chance. I mean, we still have our SG Malaysia
Mamaya
versus
tayo, magbabalik tayo, guys. Mamaya
Execution.
ulit.
And then whoever wins from
Thank you.
match over there will
Thank
win
you sa
Evos
ano,
Legends.
naging
But before we
200
get into our
viewers.
next match, anyway, we still have a few clips from the previous match between Blacklist
Next game tayo,
International
next game,
with
next
Evos
game.
Legends. So let's take a look together, guys.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is the last game for both of the
Last
teams
game.
when I'm so speechless with Ohab at work and even all my Venus.
Ano
Again,
Ohab?
his positioning
Ohab?
is just too well.
Yeah, it was a messy fight for the
Ohab
side of
daw.
Evos Legends here. I mean,
Baka baho yun.
dying or dying one by one isn't a good strat, or isn't a good decision making from the side of Evos.
I mean, we can actually see that Evos were really trying. They were really
Yeah.
trying hard, to pick off
End
some
na
of the
natin muna
members.
tong
But
ano,
Blacklist, they were
video
they
guys.
just
Next
cannot
game
do
ulit tayo,
anything
next
about
game.
defense.
Abang
Maybe
tayo
Really
next
solid.
game.
Maybe they had a lot of
Salamat,
pressure as
salamat.
well,
Thank you, thank
facing
you.
a huge and even
Pindutin nyo
a
lang
champion
guys
of
yung
Amstel
ano,
Philippines here,
notification
and
bell guys.
Evos Legends,
Thanks.
most of maybe we said a bit like a minor mistake from